If you're listening to the replay of this live, be sure to push that like and subscribe button. And make sure you let me know and drop it below your 2 cents as we go throughout the live. Be sure to help support the channel by hitting a dollar, by sending the cash app to $ 2 cents boxing, or hitting the heart with the $, and just leaving a special thanks below, showing me that you really enjoy the content. 10/4/2025. Welcome to the channel. I'm Jay, and this is our 2 cents, where we talk everything boxing, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. In today's live review show, we will be reviewing the Terence Crawford All the Smoke interview, and I'll be doing my live reaction. I have seen clips of the interview, but I haven't watched all of the interview. It's an hour long. Maybe I might have to chop it up into 2 parts. I'm not sure yet. We'll see as we go. Be sure to help support the channel, because I'm pretty sure most likely it'll probably get demonetized because I'm reviewing the video. So I don't know if Andre Ward and them be, flagging people if they do their video or whatever. So just be sure to help support the channel. And just let me know and drop it below your 2 cents as I go throughout the live. I told y'all last night that I was coming back to do a live review of this interview. So I am here now. I know I've been MIA for a week and it seems like forever, but I'm back. I'm back. I had to move properties. So I had to put some things in place and do some things and do some paperwork and do a whole bunch of crap. But I'm finally moved. I'm kind of settled in, not all the way, but we getting there. I got my setup up so I can do my videos, and I'm back. Now, I've been hearing some things about this interview. I've watched some clips of this interview. I think I previewed a clip. I think I just previewed a small clip last night on my live. Y'all be sure to join me Fridays at 8:30. I've changed the time for ladies' night over here at 2 Cents Boxing, where all the women are invited on the panel. And we leave all the men in the chat. We let them come up and get a 30-second 2 cents in, but other than that, we just cook with the ladies on the panel. And just in that small clip, we were able to kind of like put some puzzles together and put some things together. And I want to watch the full interview. I've heard of some things that were said in the interview, but we're going to review it today. I'm trying to let a few more people pull up because I'm usually not live at this time, but my live review shows, I might have to start doing those on Saturdays when I have a live review. I'll pop up and do it. I think this video has gotten like 450 something thousand views, maybe more than that now. So it's viral. So congratulations to Terence Crawford. Hopefully he feels like he's getting the credit and the attention and everything he deserves, but it just doesn't seem like it. Like, it just seems like, and maybe not from him, but especially from his fans, that like we all have to feel the same way about Terence Crawford. Like, we all have to think that he's the greatest fighter ever. We all need to get on board and start the Johnson bouncing. Like, if you're not then they like, oh, you hate Terence Crawford. And what up, Jay Will in the building? Man, Jay Will seen me over there in the YouTube streets. I had to read somebody real quick because they kept playing with me. But it was long overdue. It was long overdue because people just get on your nerves. For some reason, when Tank is about to fight, people like just start malfunctioning and glitching and losing their mind. And then you got Bud that just beat Canelo, so it's like, and then you got the Tank and Jake Paul fight that's been announced. So it's like a lot of emotions going around and going on in the boxing space right now, and it's weird. And people like, I don't get it. Like, it's weird. People crazy. All things in the building. What up? AG, what's going on? Kurt Hurd, what's up? SBG Mello, shout out to y'all for joining me. Punch that like button if you haven't already. Punch the like button if you haven't already. But, you know, we about to cook. We about to cook. And listen, I can feel I have whatever opinion I want. McGaverick TV, what up, man? Where you been? How you been? What's up with you? Hope everything is well. Hope everything is well with you. So, Richie L, what up? What up? We about to review this interview with Terence Crawford. Y'all about to see the Johnson bouncers. They about to come in here crying and bouncing. So let's pull up the interview. Let's kind of get started. I'm trying to let a few more people pull up in here. I had to read somebody today, y'all. Like, it was long overdue, though. It was long overdue. You know how people just be playing with you? And you just be trying to be like, yeah. Like, you know, even if, like, I know you, like, you might be on the spectrum a little bit. Like, you might have some things going on. But then eventually it's just like, all right, bro, that's enough. That's enough. Let me pull up all the smoke fights. So 475K views. Okay. Shout out to Terence Crawford. Hold on, let me get it straight.
Hey, bro. I want to fight something, bro. Hey, bro. Come on, bro. I'm glad. But still got to come here. Do it again. Fight him. Right now, he had 3 at 100 Dispute Stadium on Netflix. I want to welcome to the show today my brother Terence Bud Crawford. Big dog, I appreciate the time. You know, you start winning them big fights, the media got to come to you. So we had to come to you in Omaha, and we in North Omaha to be exact, man. So we appreciate you taking the time, man. Congrats on another historic victory against, you know, another great fighter in Canelo Alvarez. He has been, you know, the cash cow, the face of boxing, or one of the faces for a very, very long time. And you jump 2 weight classes to challenge him. And in my book, you were already one of the greats. You were already a first ballot. But with a victory like that and the way you did it, you take the GOAT conversation to another level. So have you?
Come on, Andre Ward. Shout out to AG with the $4.99 in the super chat. Back after some time away for a while, showing love to your channel. Shout out AG. Appreciate it. Thank you for your support to the channel. Shout out Richie L with the $5 in the super chat. He says, for the show, sis. Shout out Richie L supporting the channel. Shout out to your support for the channel. Look at that. All things say Ward glazing. You feel me? Like, come on, Andre.
You had time to process it and reflect on what you just did 2 weeks ago.
To be honest, I've been getting that same question from a lot of people, and a lot of people ask me how I feel, you know, and, you know, what it's like. And I tell them, like, when it's meant to be, you don't feel no different. Like, honestly, I don't feel no type of way because I already knew what I was capable of. I already knew what I was going to do once I stepped in the ring, which was win, like I've been saying. And it wasn't no surprise to me. It was a surprise to everybody else, just like the Errol Spence fight, So just like the Sean Porter fight, just like the Amir Khan, every time that they so-called say this is a step up.
So he's not, you don't feel no type of way about his accomplishments because he already knew he was gonna do it. Is that what he's saying?
Fight or this going to be?
I know I gotta pause it, you know what I'm saying, and kind of throw my 2 cents in there, but is that what it sounds like he's saying to y'all, or am I tripping? Like he's like, and maybe that's why he seemed like such a sore winner. You feel what I'm saying? But I could be tripping. Shout out to Kurt Hurd with the $10 in the Cash App, and let me see what he says. For the work, waiting for your paid subscriptions. Shout out Kurt Hurd. Shout out Kurt Hurd for the $10 in the Cash App. He said he waiting on me to get that membership thing going. We're going to get it together, Kurt. We're going to get it together. All right, let's keep it going.
A tough fight. In the fashion that I win in, it's a surprise to them because they don't believe. So I just made a believer out of all the non-believers.
I know you expected to win, but to believe you can do it and to do it is 2 different things. So what I'm asking you is like, have you enjoyed?
Thank you, Andre Ward. Fredo, you said I'm tripping. Andre Ward felt the same. Listen, Andre Ward obviously felt the same way I did, because do you see the follow-up question that he asked, Fredo? You get like that. Now, clearly I wasn't tripping. You feel me? Shout out to AG. He say facts. I'll definitely get that membership. Listen, I'm going to get my memberships going, but I want to make sure that I'm able to provide the people in my memberships with something of value. So, I'm going to get it going. And I want to make sure I'm able to provide y'all something with value. But I'm definitely going to get the memberships going because we're going to have to get the exclusive 2 centers in the building. You feel what I'm saying? But Fredo, did you hear Andre Ward with the follow-up question? Let me run it back.
All the non-believers.
I know you expected to win, but to believe you can do it and to do it is 2 different things. So what I'm asking,
to believe you can do it and to do it is 2 different things. So that was a good question that I just asked. So are you telling me the reason why you're a sore winner is because you never, once you accomplish what you believe you could do, you didn't feel no type of way? You get what I'm saying? Gaptooth Gang says disingenuous. You feel what I'm saying? But then Fredo gonna tell me I'm tripping, and then Andre Ward come through with the follow-up question like, listen, to believe you can do something is one thing, but to actually do it is another, bro. Let's be real.
asking you is like, have you enjoyed the victory? Like, have you had a chance to like say, man, we really did that?
Oh, of course. I sat down, and after each one of my fights, I just take a deep breath and I be like, it's over with, because the stress is off my back, the intensity, just everything that's around a championship fight is stressful. We put a lot of mental fortitude into, what we're going to do when we go in that ring and how we're going to do it, and in training, making sure that everything is in line of what we're trying to accomplish. And when it's all said and done, when it's over with, you just like, I did that.
Got that off my back.
Yeah, I did that.
So before we get into the fight, man, I appreciate the fits and the shoes and stuff like that a fighter has. So I got to do a little heat check for you with your outfit going into the ring. That's probably the rawest, dopest fit I done seen you with. The colorway, everything. And I know Steven had a lot to do with that. How did that come about? Like his idea to do that?
Well,
y'all like the outfit? Y'all gonna rank it on the scale of 1 to 10? I mean, I thought it was all right. Fredo say, I hear self-confidence. Okay. Gap 2 Game say you can tell he capped because he was so happy he won the way he did. He had to clench his teeth together to keep from crying after the fight. That's what I'm saying, Gap 2 Game. Just be honest, bro. Like, what is and this is, I think this is like be the disconnect with people in Crawford a lot of times. He just doesn't seem, well, my 2 cents, or maybe it's the disconnect with me, but he just doesn't seem genuine. It's always like I always gotta like try to read between the lines of what you saying. Like, you still ain't answer the question. You still ain't answer Andre Ward question. He was just like
sitting there, and I was just like, "What we gonna do for this fight?"
Yeah,
you know,
in camp or before camp.
This is before, you know, before we went to pre-camp, and I was just like, "Man, what we gonna do?" He was like, "Don't worry about it. I'm gonna think of something dope." So then he just hit me like, "Bro, I got this dope idea." I'm like, "Man, do what you do." You know what I mean? He's like, "All right." So then it gets to the point. I'm like, "Man, what you thinking, man?"
Yeah.
And then he was like, "You remember the movie Desperado?" And I was like, "Desperado." I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Dude with the suitcase with all the guns and stuff." You know what I mean? Yeah, I used to watch that when I was little. He was like, "That's what we're gonna do."
Okay, so that's why he had a guitar case. That's why he had the guitar case. Rich, don't come in here doing that shit, bro. Don't be doing that, bro. We reviewing the interview. And then when somebody start coming at you, you're gonna be putting your hands in your pocket, crying victim. Come on now.
And I was like, "That's dope." He was like, "Cause everybody always coming out with the sombrero, you know, the Mexican colors and all that." He was like, "Man, we're not doing that. We're gonna do something totally different." And then I was like, "Okay." And I was like, "I just want to see how you're gonna put your touch on it, because, you know, that's one touch, and then, you know what I mean, you gonna do a little twist with it." It was like, "Yeah." So
Rich, I'm about to time you out, bro.
talking with my boy Rosendo, you know, I asked him, did he know the song? And he started singing it. And I was like, "You gonna walk me out?" And he was looking like, "Man, come on, man. Don't be saying that." And I'm like,
I mean, did y'all like Crawford's walkout? You know, if y'all was to rank the walkout on a scale of 1 to 10, what would y'all give it? Because I mean, to them, they just put this genius walkout together. What would y'all rank the walkout on a scale of 1 to 10?
like, "Man, I want you to walk me out. I'm dead serious." And he was just like, "For real?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I want you to walk me out, dude." And then he was like, "Man, that'll be so big for me." He was like, "Man, I gotta go practice." He was just like, "Man, I got the band. I got everything.
I gotta go practice.
Yeah, so like he was on to it. And then so he put his little input in on what to put on the outfit, you know.
Oh, really? He had to say too.
Yeah, so he was just basically like, "Okay, well, you know, this is popular in the Mexican culture. You know, this is, you gotta have this on there on the trunks because this stands for this." When you're looking at the movie,
What you mean the walkout not important? People look forward to the walkouts, especially in big fights. What he gonna do for the walkout? What the outfit gonna be like? That's just exciting. People enjoy that. What are you talking about? But Gabba Boxer say 0 because I don't even remember it. Oof. Ouch.
the outfit and the chains and the certain things that was on his attire and his boots, you know, them meant something. So he was like, "You gotta have that." The Mexicans know exactly what that means. He was like, "Y'all probably don't know what it means,
Right.
but they do." So, you know, he had a little input. And then Off-White, they came in and put a little
Tell
twist.
me about the Off-White collab.
Yeah, so Off-White came in with Everlast. They put they twist in it, put a little they colors in it, and changed a little bit of, you know what I mean? Like I had guns on my, you know what I mean, my belt line. You know what I mean? They took them off. But all in all, the outfit was smooth. It was cool. You know what I mean? I'm mad that they didn't get to see the side of the case, because the side of the case got the guns painted on it. You know, so
that was an accident.
I mean, like, I really didn't understand it, the walkout at first, but maybe it was only for his Mexican fans, because I really didn't get the walkout at first. Like, now that he's explaining it, it make a little bit more sense. But you know, he had the walkout for the Mexicans fans. So That's why I didn't get it. Cause somebody was like, Gap 2 Gains and Rich. I gotta chill, bro. I gotta chill.
Or they didn't want you to show it.
No, they just didn't show it because I was coming out. They didn't get to see the side.
Got you.
I should have been the one, you know what I mean, to turn it to the side. Like, yeah, the show, because in the movie, the guitar case is full of weapons. You know what I mean? And I felt like it was a message that I was the weapon that night. You know, so that was all.
What up, fight fans? It's your boy Ak. We have a super entertainer on back. We know what this who the best that's gonna be. DraftKings different on right now. Who's up?
Like a mariachi band or any type of band to go against Canelo on a big fight like this. But that was somebody you came up with.
Yeah, and that's why, you know, I pay homage, you know, in a press conference to the Mexican fans, you know, before the fight. And, you know, before fight weekend, you know, when I was like, I love Mexico too.
When are you going to give Bud his flowers? Can you tell me what flower? What do you mean by that? What do you mean, when am I going to give Bud his flowers? Could you be more specific? What do you mean when I'm, if you mean when am I going to do that, I'm not. But I mean, I've already said Bud is the best legacy fighter we've ever seen. I've already said I doubt that what he's done to ever be duplicated. I mean, what more flowers you want me to get a man? What more flowers do you want me to give the man? I already said he's a great fighter. Like, what flowers do you want me to give the man? Can you answer that? Fredo? What you want to go by? Fredo?
Because I have a lot of Mexican supporters. Always had, you know. I've been locked in with the Mexican.
Well, you can always click my link, Fredo. That's the great thing about this channel over here. You can always come up and say whatever it is that you want to say. We are reviewing the interview. What have I said negative? What have I said negative? Fredo, whatever your name is. Bud is the definition of what DMV people call Bama country. Respect to Buddy, though. He beat up a washed up Canelo. Congratulations. I mean, I don't understand. Like, my opinion is my opinion. Whether you feel like my opinion is always negative, or always, however you want to feel, like that's what I think and that's what I feel. So how am I downing the ring walk? How did I down the ring walk? What did I say to down the ring walk? Because I said I didn't understand it, but now that he's explaining it, it makes more sense. How did I down the ring walk, Fredo? Tell me how I down the ring walk, please. I want to understand. Can anybody in the chat tell me how I down the ring walk? What did I say? Because I don't be understanding these Bud fans. What did I say to down the ring walk?
Culture for a long time, you know, and for people to think that all the Mexicans was going for Canelo was just crazy, you know, just like all the African American culture wasn't going for me, you know. So it was cool to have the band, you know, switch it up a little bit.
No, it was dope, bro. That's probably one of the cleanest walkouts that I seen. It wasn't extra, it was like just enough. But you felt it though, like the song, the type of song and the beat, the way it was, it just like, you was like, bro, this dude, like, he really coming to fight, and he mean what he's saying, and you could tell y'all had a lot of thought into the entrance. But then even like you said with the fit, like y'all had the Mexican colors, but it was black, green, and red. When I seen you walk out, bro, like when I seen you walk out, a lot of times that moment, especially, that's the biggest crowd you ever been in front of. 70,000+ people. So you get talk about it, you can rehearse it in your head. You're not gonna know how you gonna respond until you step out there. But when I seen you step out there, you looked up like this and you start smiling, you start shaking your head. And to me, that was a sign that, nah, I'm embracing this moment. All these nerves, everything, I'm feeling like I'm ready. How was you feeling when you looked up and seen them 70,000 people?
You know the craziest part? I say I went to WrestleMania and it was at Allegiant Stadium. And when I walked out and like all the people was like, Terence, that's Terence Crawford. And I'm looking at all the crowd and I'm like, dang, in September, this is gonna be me. And I was nervous and I was like, dang, man, there's a lot of people in here. You know what I mean? But fight weekend, I wasn't nervous at all.
The whole week?
The whole week. And it's crazy because I don't never get nervous until the night before the fight and in the dressing room. But this whole time, it's like I was emotional. You know what I mean? And
Man, y'all stop coming in my chat crying. Still trying to find something to discredit Mr. Crawford, huh? What are y'all talking about, bro? We reviewing the interview. Cut it out. This shit is ridiculous. Hey, Rich, all y'all, please stop beefing in my chat like that, bro. I'm gonna have to time y'all out with that. Don't disrupt my shit like that. We reviewing the fucking interview. People can have their own opinions. We're not gonna call each other names and do all that. Y'all stop that on my platform, bro. Y'all cheapening my shit. Come on now. Talk about what's going on. Stop whining and bitching and crying and stop arguing in the chat. Please. Golly.
dressing room, you know, I was just emotional and I was just like, man, you finally here. Like, you about to make history. I just kept saying, you about to make history. And it took all these years and all this things that you had to overcome to get to this one moment. So when I came out, I never smile or laugh when I'm walking to the ring.
Yeah.
You know, but I was just like, I'm about to shock the world. You know, I just felt it, you know, and when I got in there, you know, I just was so loose. Like, I never take a stroll around the ring. If you watch any one of my fights, any one of the 42 fights, I come in the ring, I go to my corner. I didn't hit my little circle around the ring, everything. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. I'm like, you know, they just don't know. You know, I had a fast walk to the ring.
You did.
He had a slow walk to the ring.
Yeah.
You know, and I look at things like that. I'm like, oh, okay. He just taking his time, taking his time. I'm ready to go. That's just how that night went.
Gotta pause it real quick. Oh Lord. These emotional. Man, this shit is wild. I don't be getting it, bro. What's up with y'all, man? Crazy work. Look, then they start deflecting. You never answer my question, Frito. How did I down the ring walk, bro? How did I down the ring walk? Can you tell me?
It had to be weird though. Walking first. You ain't walked first in a long time.
I walked first before.
But you ain't did it in a long time though. I mean, when you go up in different weight classes, you gotta do it. But you ain't, you know, obviously you haven't lost. Yeah. You haven't, but you've went up in different weight classes. So now you challenging again. But do that feel weird? Because you most of the time you walking second.
It don't feel weird to me because at the same time, the bell gonna ring and we're gonna have to fight.
It's all even at the end of the day.
You know, so it don't matter if I'm, you know, the first to be announced or he the first to be announced. You gotta fight.
But you wanted to do a coin flip? It don't matter, but you had to do a coin flip. You sounded like a Debbie Downer when describing it. What? Can you, Fredo? I'm gonna ask you the question again. Can you tell me how I discredited the ring walk? You're telling me I discredited the ring walk because I sounded like a Debbie Downer when describing it? Is that what you're saying? Is that how I discredit the ring walk? Because I sounded like a Debbie Downer describing it? Could you please clarify my thinking? Is that what you're saying?
You gotta fight.
At the end of the day, you gotta fight.
Yeah.
Y'all punch that like button.
Take me back to before you made the decision to face Canelo. Bill Haney conversation. So if I'm not mistaken, Errol Spence 2 was still obviously contractually y'all had an obligation. You didn't know
This
if he
was before that.
even before.
Yeah.
Hold on, before
We even fought. Me and Errol Spence.
hold on, bro, for real. I thought this was after.
No, this is before.
Crawford Spence won.
He said, man, don't even stop chasing Errol Spence. He was like, man, the guy to focus and chase is Canelo.
Really?
He was like, man, you can beat him. He was like, man, Spence, Canelo. And like every time I see him, he'd be like, Canelo. And I started laughing, you know what I mean? Because at first I'm like, man, that dude big. And then I started looking at him. I'm like, then we got a picture together years back when I was at 135. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, we the same height, around the same size. Like, he a little thicker. Okay. I'm starting to look into it now because he already planted the seed, but now I'm like looking into it. Like, let me see what Bill.
So he been looking into it. So he been plotting and planning and scheming against Canelo since before the Earl fight. Okay. He's saying this, y'all, not me. Then y'all gonna get on here crying, talking about I'm discrediting and doing all this shit because I sounded like a Debbie Downer. Like, what? Yeah. Listen, y'all gotta grow up, man. Seriously.
What are you talking about?
Bill, look
See
at now what he see. So I'm, okay. This is what he talking about. Because he like, man, he's not a big dude.
No, I haven't.
He just kept saying he's not a big dude and you can beat him.
I haven't watched it. So what, 2 cents? It's the art of war. I didn't say anything. I'm just acknowledging what he said. Why are y'all so defensive? I'm just repeating what he said. What you mean, so what? What is the problem?
And then when I looked into it, I'm like, damn, Bill, right. You know what I mean? So then it was just like, okay, cool. Got the Spence fight. After the Spence fight, I'm like, I want to fight Canelo. You know what I mean? Spence was basically contracted to fight Canelo if he would have beat me at 164, you know? And I was just like, damn, since I beat him, I should get the opportunity.
All right, shut up.
You know what I mean? So it ain't going nowhere and things like that. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm done with 147. I ain't going back. I'm like, all right, I want to fight Fundora, you know, because I'm WBO. I can fight any one of the champions. He was WBC and WBO.
When did Terence Crawford say he wanted to fight Fundora? He said he wanted to fight Tim Tszyu. Now, one time when Fundora and Tim Tszyu was fighting, did he ever mention fighting Fundora? But okay.
No.
When I know you walked away from the negotiations with Fundora. But go ahead, Terence Crawford.
So I'm like, I want to fight Fundora. You know what I mean? He got 2 belts. I want to become undisputed at 154. That was my
trying to take away from Bud Win by saying, see, he has been preparing for Canelo before the Spence fight. He said that. What are you talking about, Fredo? Terence Crawford just said that. I didn't say that. That's what he just said. So is he trying to take away from the win? What are you saying? I didn't say anything about taking away from the win. He said that. What do y'all be talking about? He said, he was looking into Canelo since before the Spence fight. And I said, he been looking into Canelo before the Spence fight. I just repeated what he said. But you said, I'm trying to take away from Bud Win. Can you tell me how that's taken away from Bud Win? Can you tell me how Bud Crawford just took away from his own win by saying that? Because I didn't say that. He said that. So how was that taken away from the win, Fredo? I know, but you say it from a place of hate. What are you talking about? Okay, I'm done talking to you. I can hear it. Okay. Well, it is what it is then. It is what it is, bro.
But when he said he didn't want to fight me because I wasn't basically big enough, I looked down like, huh? I don't sell. That's what his handlers were saying. Oh, I don't sell, and they want to fight Errol Spence because he's a bigger fight.
But you knew what that was, though.
Yeah. It's cool. It's cool. I'm not tripping on that because now they begging for a fight. Now they want to fight me now.
Who?
I don't sell, so there's no need for you to even mention my name no more. Don't say Terence Crawford.
Yeah.
You know, all these guys that.
Who begging you for a fight, Terence Crawford? And it's not hard to. Bob Arum is the one that said you don't sell, bro. Your own promoter that you was with is the one that said you don't sell. Hold on, y'all. I'm getting a phone call. Oh, shit.
Like a mariachi band or any type. When I seen you walk out,
weird to me because
you got to give him credit for how he moved.
Train of thought. Then you could beat him. And then when I looked into it, I'm like, damn, Bill. Got the Spence fight. After the Spence fight, I'm like, I want to fight Canelo. Now they say, oh, he's the ticket.
No need.
Mention my name. Yeah. Now they want to fight me now. I'm not tripping on that because he's a bigger fight. Now they begging for a fight. Now they want to fight me now. I don't sell, so there's no need for you to even.
This is the shit. This is the shit to me that's be disingenuous. Is that not how boxing work, y'all? Is that not how boxing work? So if essentially what Bud Crawford is doing is the same exact thing that he felt was done to him. It's not like you just coming in and you're gonna want these certain type of paydays, these certain type of guarantees, and the way and the model certain fighters work on. That type of thing matters when we calculating how much we gonna pay y'all. Like, I don't know why him and Andre Ward be sitting up here acting like this. They know how the shit work. Why are you saying, oh, don't fight me now because I'm the ticket. I'm the ticket. Don't everybody want to fight the person that's the ticket? Like, what are we talking about? So who you gonna fight then, Terence Crawford? You're not gonna fight who? Like who is calling you out? Who is trying to fight? Like, who are these people? Name the names, Terence Crawford. And you the ticket, or is Turkey the ticket? Are you the ticket, or is Turkey the ticket? I'm just asking. Dean, by any means in the building, he said 2 cents. He lying. Address that Boots or Virgil didn't say his name in 2 years. He a fucking liar. I'm just saying, Dean. 2 cents breaking down this interview got cats in their feelings like Carl Thomas. So emotional. Man, I'm just giving my 2 cents. And I can't even, like, apparently the tone of my voice and the way I said it and all these other things they coming up with and being all defensive. But Bud Crawford, don't you go looking for the biggest fights for the most money? Ain't that what you do? Ain't that what all fighters should be doing? Ain't that how this whole thing works? Bob Arum, the one that said you couldn't sell. He the one that said he lost money on you. Y'all the ones sitting up there with the mentality that I don't care what the promoter make back as long as I get my money. I don't care what the promoter make back. Andre Ward talking about promoters and people putting on pay-per-views for fighters, and it's set up to flop. But
it's set up to flop.
Why Why would a promoter put on a pay-per-view for you and set it up to flop, Andre Ward? So this is the type of mentality that they have on that side. And so now, since you come across Turkey, you got you a sugar daddy that's willing to be paying you. Allegedly, he was paying you whatever you want, but obviously that's obviously not the truth. And we're going to see that later on in this interview because I seen a clip. Now, you the meal ticket? You the meal ticket? Are you the meal ticket because you finna pull in gate revenue? You finna pull in pay-per-view numbers? Is that why you the meal ticket? Or are you the meal ticket because you with Turkey? See, because those are two different things. Those are two different ways of getting what you're getting. I'm not saying one is better than the other or whatever the case may be. All I'm saying is it's two different ways of getting what you're getting.
Mention my name no more. Don't say Terence Crawford.
Yeah.
You know, all these guys that see now, they say, oh, he's the ticket. Win, lose, or draw, he's the ticket. I'll fight Terence Crawford. Come on, man. Boots had a chance to fight me.
Cap.
Virgil Ortiz had an opportunity to fight me.
Cap. When did Boots have a chance to fight you, Bud Crawford? And didn't y'all hear Turkey come out and say that he wanted to make the fight with Bud and Virgil Ortiz and Bud didn't want to fight Virgil? I think I made a video about that. And I was saying how come nobody is saying that Terence Crawford ducked Virgil Ortiz? Turkey wanted to make the fight. He turned it down. And everybody was like, he trying to fight Canelo. He trying to fight Canelo. So for Terence Crawford to sit here, and when did Boots did not have no opportunity to fight him? Y'all could believe that BLK Prime stuff if y'all want to. I don't believe it. I don't believe that he was going to fight Boots and then go fight Earl Spence. I don't believe any of that. And that's my 2 cents. If you believe it, you can believe it. But I don't. So all I'm saying is, when did these people have an opportunity to fight you? And why do people only get one opportunity to fight Terence Crawford? So either you fight Terence Crawford when he say it, or you don't get to fight him at all. If you gave them the opportunity before, why you can't give them the opportunity now? I don't understand. Because according to Bud Logic, all you got to do is give somebody the opportunity to fight you. And if they don't take it, you can move on and you don't ever have to fight them, right? Y'all agree with that? I'm asking if y'all agree with that. As long as you offer somebody a fight, if they don't agree to fight you, you can just move on and then be like, they had their opportunity to fight me. I'm just asking. And y'all heard Turkey say out of his own mouth, I can't even remember what fight that was. It might have been when Virgil fought, what's his face? Because they were standing on the side of the ring. Y'all put a one in the chat if y'all remember that. And Turkey said he offered the fight to Bud, and Bud said he didn't want it. Now, I don't think Bud ducked Virgil because I was like, I ain't tripping if he don't fight Virgil. I ain't tripping if he don't fight Bud. Like, I don't think Boots and Bud, I don't even know why people keep even mentioning that fight like they're not even in the same era, but that's besides the point, Bud. What do you mean they had the opportunity to fight you? Everybody that hangs with Bud is a liar, according to y'all. Shakur, Keyshawn, Andre Ward, everybody. Start looking in the mirror. Who said this?
You know, but now everybody,
exactly. Dang father, if he was already targeting Canelo and he didn't want to fight nobody else but Canelo, how did they have a chance to fight him then?
So I'm like, okay, cool. When y'all had y'all opportunity, you know, y'all went elsewhere. But now that y'all see I'm the ticket, now y'all like, oh yeah, we want to fight Terence Crawford. We want Terence Crawford. That's the narrative now. We want to fight Terence Crawford.
The Fundora thing, you seen that play.
Why wouldn't they want to fight you, Terence Crawford? Why wouldn't they want to fight you, Terence Crawford? How is that in there? Why can y'all tell me why they should not want to fight Terence Crawford? Can y'all tell me why they should not want to fight Terence Crawford? I'm asking. Dean by any means say they are all liars. Though I can prove, motherfucker, I'm going to prove just for Rich. Watch Rich say, I just want to see the fights when I prove they liars. You know it. You know it. You know it. They want a payday. What do you mean so what does that mean they want a payday? Like, y'all not making no sense. Why would they want to fight Terence Crawford for a payday? Didn't Terence Crawford want to? Don't Terence Crawford tell you he want to fight fighters and make his money and get his bread? Like, I don't be understanding what y'all saying. Of course they all want to fight you now. You the best fighter on the planet, Terence Crawford. Shouldn't all the fighters aspire to try to fight Terence Crawford? Ain't that what they should be doing? I'm asking. Don't y'all want to see the best fight the best? Don't y'all want to see the best fight the best? But now when people calling out the best and they want to fight the best, y'all saying they just want a payday. But then y'all run around crying saying y'all want to see the best fight the best. I'm just saying, y'all be so hypocritical. Why shouldn't they call you out, Terence Crawford? Why shouldn't they want to fight you if you the ticket, Terence? I'm asking. That's exactly what they should be doing.
Wait, like as soon as that fight was even talked about, I said it's gonna be a phone call made, and he
Man, we
walk
only
that
18
back.
minutes in the video.
Whether he wanted to fight or not, he wasn't gonna be allowed to, and you know that. You know, Allen then made that call and was like, "Nah, we ain't going that way." You know, so, but the problem with that is that's you thinking about the first move. You're not thinking 2-3 steps up ahead, because now you're in the position you in, and he could have fought you, right? So you know, it's his loss, man. But real quick, back to the Bill Haney thing, bro. Like, it's funny with Bill. Like, Bill a good matchmaker. You know, if you can't give him credit for nothing else, you got to give him credit for how he moved his son. You know, and seeing guys and knowing when to fight him and whatnot. But like, it's funny because like I had been talking about fighting Joshua before, but he's the one that put the seed back in my mind like 3-4 weeks ago. They was in a bay, and he didn't say you should fight him, but we was just talking about it. And he said, "Man, Joshua," and I'm like, same thing you did. I'm like, you know what? I said, I'll take that fight right now.
So Bill Haney is running around telling everybody who they should be fighting. That shit is, I guess, man. I guess Bill Haney, the super matchmaker around this bitch. Super matchmaker. Shout out to Bill him. Shout out to him. Shout out to him.
And he the same one that did that, bro. So it's crazy. When I heard that, because I didn't know that initially. And I thought that came after Spence won. So Bill cold with that, man. How did the team respond though when you first start floating Canelo?
Shit, everybody was just like, whatever I want to do.
Really? No hesitation?
Whatever I want to do. You know, I remember talking to Bernard, you know, and this was when we was in talks before it got finalized. And he was just like, "Man, but Canelo cold, man, but you go Canelo up." Like, you know what I mean? Like, just
he
like,
said he cold.
Like just going on, like just talking, you know, because he's respected.
Yeah.
You know,
he's
like
for sure.
he's definitely respected. So we talking about it, you know, but.
Hey, y'all punch that like and subscribe button. Punch the like and subscribe button. And we got the Dean rules over here. We got the Dean rules over here now. If you're gonna be trolling in my chat, calling people names, starting wars in my chat, make sure you supporting the channel. Make sure you dropping some super chats. Make sure you clicking that link and coming on the panel. Thank Father, you trolling my chat every day and don't do neither. You don't click no link. You don't drop no super chat. You be all on everybody else panel going back and forth with me, but you don't never hop up here and click when I drop the link. When I drop the link, but we on Dean rules over here. We on Dean rules over here, y'all. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But if you're gonna be trolling in my chat incessively, thank Father, how many times you ever been on my panel, thank Father? Go find me the video where you was on my panel, thank Father. If you gonna troll incessively, and this go out to Hannibal too. I know he's not here right now. If you ain't gonna support and click no link and you gonna troll incessively in my chat, you need to support the channel. We got the Dean rules over here. Dank Father, when have you ever been on my panel, Dank? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all ever heard Dank Father on my panel. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever heard Dank Father on my panel. Y'all be sure to punch that like button. Live review over here.
I remember it was like, I woke up and it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I called him.
Rich, stop lying.
He was
You
like,
ain't
man,
never heard
everything
Dank
all right,
Father on
bud.
my panel, Rich.
I said, I'm going to beat him. I woke up out my sleep and I called Bernard and I said, I'm going to beat him. He was like, I know you is. You know, I was like,
No,
we going to
he
fight and I'm going to beat
hasn't.
him. Watch. I said, watch. This is way before
You're
we
the
even
person that put a 1.
signed a contract to fight each other. I woke up out of my sleep. I said, I know one person going to answer the phone and that's Bernard. Let me call him. And I was just like, man, I'm going to beat that.
You felt it.
Yeah, I've been felt it. You know, once I
Why you
start
gotta stop commenting? Hold on.
hold on. That's why I said I'm hunting.
Dank, why you gotta stop commenting? Why you gotta stop commenting, Dank? Although you ain't never been on my panel, bro. Boys be sensitive, man. Why you being so sensitive, Dank Father? You ain't ruffling nobody's feathers. And what feathers I got? How you ruffling my feathers? You was not ruffling nobody's feathers. Shout out to Dragon Assassin Official with the $1.99 in the super chat. He says, for the emotional crying you've had to take. Shout out Dragon Assassin. What's so funny though, Dank Father? What you laughing at?
I want everything you got, and I'm gonna get it. You know what I mean? I already set my sights on him, so it wasn't nothing that he can do. If he would, the only thing that he could do in that moment was not fight me, and use I wouldn't get nothing out of win, lose, or draw out of fighting Terence Crawford. That was the only thing he can do is not fight me.
I mean, that's what he started to say.
I understand, but I'm just saying that's the only thing that he could do. Because taking the fight was, you know what I mean, all in my favor from day one. I knew I was going to beat him because when I look at the styles and I look at the styles that gave him problems, the styles that he lost to, you know, I have all them and some. So the blueprint was already out how to beat Canelo Alvarez. The blueprint never been out how to beat Terence Crawford.
You ain't seen that yet.
So I knew I had a good chance of winning.
And you fighting both ways though.
Yeah.
I feel like that wasn't.
Hey, y'all punch that like and subscribe button if you have already. Bubs Boxing, nigga, don't let me get on your ass. LOL, I listened to your guy and shut the fuck up and be a fan. We can't talk bad about they little buddy. I'll be sure to help support the channel by hitting the Cash App $ 2 cents boxing or leaving your 2 cents below in the super chat. If you haven't already subbed to the channel, 2 cents boxing live review show, y'all know how it go. It's crazy Bud saying the shit I was saying in the way he was better than Canelo. Okay, so Bud knew he was gonna beat him. He was confident. He had him study. He, started looking into him before the Spence fight because Bill Haney put the little bug in his ear. And Bill Haney also put the bug in his ear for Andre Ward to go after Anthony Joshua.
Talked about enough going into this fight. Like somebody that fights you, they got to prepare for 2 people. It's already enough trying to prepare for one style, right-handed, left-handed. But I got to have sparring partners, good ones, because you fight equally well from both sides. So that wasn't talked about enough. And I know you could tell some of the dudes he brought in camp that he was thinking about that, but that's a hard camp to prepare for. And you still don't know up until the first bell what stance you're going to be fighting in. And then they don't know if you're going to switch at any point in time. That's a lot to play on a person's mind. plus executing the game plan while punches coming at him. Turkey didn't want this fight. What was that conversation like with him when you went to him and said, this is the fight I want?
Because Turkey, he didn't want the fight at first because he was just like the size difference. You know, same thing like everybody else, size difference. He like, you can fight somebody else in a smaller weight class and it'll be, you know what I mean, safer for you.
Yeah.
I don't think you should move up 2 weight classes and fight.
It's crazy on paper.
You know, and I'm like, nah, that's what I want. I don't want nobody else. That's what I want. I said, who else is there to fight? You know? Who? I said, Boots, that does nothing for my career. Virgil, that does nothing for my career. I said, look at Majimov. He was the number 1 154 pounder in the division. I went up and fought him and everybody, oh, he fought this guy. Yes, he was the number 1 champion, number 1 guy in the division. That's why I fought. That was avoided by a lot of people.
Tricky style.
That's why I fought.
Yeah.
You know, so he was just like, we can fight somebody else. I know, that's what I want. And he's like, okay.
Can we have some productive conversations in the chat, please? Let's keep it productive. Shout out to Travis Bryant. What up, Travis? If this your first time here, Travis, punch the like and subscribe. So Turkey didn't want to make the fight because of the size difference. Okay.
That's who you want. Then that's who I'm gonna go for. That's how I'm gonna see, you know what I mean, if we can get it done. So a lot of people looking at Canelo like, oh man, Turkey had to pay him all this crazy amount of money for him to fight Crawford and this and that. No, he got a 3-fight deal plus 1. You know, Turkey did pay him a lot of money, you know what I mean? But in that option, he had to fight Terence Crawford. You know, so everything worked out, you know what I mean, for the best.
Yeah. Can you talk about that though? Can you talk about your
Shout out to Turkey Al Sheik. Shout out to Turkey Al Sheik. Terence Crawford Sugar Daddy.
Negotiations to make this fight? Like, I ain't saying numbers. I'm saying just the process to like get it done where you was like, all right, my side is done. I negotiated my side.
It was tough. It was tough because I remember, you know, they all brought me in and it was crazy. They was like, you by yourself.
Where was you at? What country was you at?
I think we was in,
that's when they had that big event.
It was for
Shakur
was it
London?
It was for Shakur fight. And I think we was in Saudi.
Okay.
So they brought me in there. Then we went to the little back room and we was there for like 9 hours.
Dang.
Going back and forth.
Dang.
You know, they not budging, I'm not budging. I'm in that mug like this. I'm like.
By yourself?
By myself. And they like,
So it took him not. First of all, why is he negotiating? Okay, listen. First of all, why are you negotiating a fight for 9 hours when Turkey give people offers they can't refuse and give the fighters what they ask for and pay them the most money they've ever made? Why are you negotiating for 9 hours? Why are you negotiating a fight that was for your legacy and you didn't care about the money for 9 hours? I'm just asking, like, that shit just sounds contradictory to me. Maybe y'all see a different perspective. So that's why I'm asking y'all. What's y'all 2 cents? Let me know. Drop it below.
Calling Turkey. He's not. they talking in their language and texting and we going back and forth. And yeah, I'm like, man, I just want to talk to Turkey. They's like, you can't talk to Turkey because he's your friend.
So they trying to protect Turkey from the friendship.
Yes.
Because he gonna give in.
Yes. So they basically was like, you know,
that's crazy.
Hey, we gotta get the deal done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can see Turkey when you get the deal done. And I'm like, oh, man, listen, y'all talk about ain't making sense.
Yeah.
You know,
Did you have a number though?
Y'all punch that like and subscribe button. Support the channel. Y'all know they gonna copyright your girl. David Lynch say 9 hours in a back room full of men. Okay. Damn, David, what you trying to say? Mr. Usher Willstick, what's going on? Mark Q in the building. What up, y'all? Welcome to the 2 Cents Review Show. We're reviewing this Terence Crawford interview with Andre Ward on All the Smoke podcast.
On my way to Vegas. September 13th, okay? We going to take it. Yeah, no silver spoons. No silver spoons. 3-time undisputed champion on the way. You don't get no better than that. Let's go make history.
Y'all know I'm going to keep y'all entertained with the drops. That might be my favorite one right there. The Pink Clay Terence Crawford promo. I like that one. But then they gonna say I'm hating like I made it. And I got that off of Terence Crawford X. He posted that. These people be insane. Like I don't be understanding.
Yeah.
Or you kind of had a number like, I want to be in this range,
yeah,
right here.
I had a number and it was just like, they like, man, listen, we gonna have to talk. Like, so we all in that motherfucker for like, you know, I mean, 9 hours, dog.
9 hours, bro.
I'm telling you, I'm
straight. That's
Bruh.
crazy.
They tired, sleepy, irritable. Like you can tell everybody frustrated. But it was one time, it was like at a moment where we just sitting in that mug like this.
Right.
Just trying to figure it out. Like,
Yeah.
everybody just quiet. And I'm like,
I ain't buzzing.
man, I feel like y'all trying to jump me because
Y'all go back and watch my video where I say my video I made about Terence Crawford being a boxing business genius. Y'all go back and watch that video. Because Turkey I believe had already had his contract with Canelo and promised to pay Canelo all of this money. So he pretty much, most likely, they had to give Terence Crawford whatever it was that he was asking for. They had to give whatever he was asking for because they was already committed to Canelo. And they absolutely had to make this fight. So another genius move by Crawford.
y'all keep bringing people in to try to negotiate, and I'm like, that's not
ain't
gonna
moving,
work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we finally came to terms. And
Did you get to terms that day or you got close that day?
Everything happened that day. There ain't nothing, no, it's you. Not your lawyer, not this guy, It's you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We talking to you, so you gonna have to figure it out. You know what I mean? And we can figure the contract stuff later. But far as, you know, the number, this is gonna be a number that you figure out. So we going back and forth and we figuring it out, and then we came to a agreement, and I'm like,
Burr Weezy in the building. What up, Burr Weezy? We just reviewing this Terence Crawford interview, and I'm just giving my 2 cents about it. You know how I go down over here, and everybody just leaving their 2 cents about it in the comments.
man, it wasn't the agreement that they wanted. It wasn't the agreement that I wanted. So it was kind of like in the middle. So it was just like, let's roll with it. Then once we, you know what I mean, agreed to it, then everybody happy that we got this motherfucker locked up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yeah, man,
They say that's a sign of a good negotiation though.
Yeah.
When both sides leave not fully satisfied. Like I really wanted this, but I'll take that.
Now I don't know where Andre Ward do business, because who said that that's a good sign of a good negotiation when both sides leave unsatisfied? I wasn't taught to do business that way. Now maybe people are taught to do, you know, business in different ways. They got different philosophies and they got different strategies. I was always taught that good business is a win-win for both parties. I was always taught that that was good business, not in good negotiations. good negotiations, both parties feel like a win-win. Both parties feel like they're both getting something out of the deal. Not both parties walk away unsatisfied. I don't agree with that. That's not my philosophy. I'll say that. That's not my philosophy in business. My philosophy in business is that it could be a win-win for both of us. That's the end goal that I'm trying to get to. You feel what I'm saying? That's always, I'm going in, I want it to be a win-win for me and you, right? That's my philosophy and my perspective. And that's cool. They can have their own philosophies and perspective, but both parties walk away from negotiations unsatisfied. I don't agree with that. What y'all, let me know, drop it below. Do y'all agree with that? Like, is that y'all philosophy in business? Do you feel like, you know, both parties should have a win-win and both people should be satisfied with the business, the negotiations and the deal? Or are you of the philosophy that we both walk away satisfied, but whatever? So I'm just asking. Rich, I'm about to time you out, bro. You got one more time.
And they really wanted to do this, but we can agree to that. Did you talk to Turkey after?
Yeah.
What'd he say?
Nothing. He just was telling me, why didn't you agree to the deal? I said, man, why I couldn't talk to you from the jump?
What did he say when you said that?
He just was like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm his favorite fighter. And, you know, he want to take the friendship out of business, like the heart. Like, basically, you know what I mean? I can't do business with you like I do with everybody else because, you know, we friends. So this is why I have a team.
Shout out to Kurt Hurd with the $10 in the super chat. He says, after this, we're going to talk about any of the fights on tonight. I can't wait for PBC to start back up. Looking like they're going to try to end strong. Any upsets I could make money on tonight? Shout out Kurt Hurd. Kurt, this is really just a review show. This is my live review show. So we just reviewing this video. I mean, depending on how long it take and if we got some extra time, maybe we could talk about the fights later on tonight. Let's see what y'all saying. Good negotiations is positive meeting of the mind. What's a play on words too, Rich? Said it really depends on the type of business. You can find a happy medium, but if both people are trying to get over on each other, of course no one will leave happy. Okay, that's a good perspective, Burweezy. He said you got most things that you want, not all things. Okay. Rich about to get timed out with this bullshit he talking about. You both give to get, equal risk and sacrificing. Okay. Band up say equal risk. Says I can feel that, Burweezy. Neither got to fuck over the other. Says if asking $4,200 for your car, but you take $3,700, well, you didn't get what you want, but you will take it. Okay. Cool. Okay. Slogan one say, I want to see the Sean Zattel interview that ninja, not Andre Ward. Shout out to Sean Zattel. You know he gonna ask it tough.
You know, to keep my emotions away from business. You know what I mean? I respect it. I'm
Checks
just
and
like,
balances,
man,
yeah.
I'm like, man, I respect all that. You know what I mean? Because, you know, it's been times that, you know, I didn't did the same. Like, hey, things like that, you know, when we friends, like, I'm going to give in to my brother. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm going to give my brother what he wants if I got it. So, you know, when we doing real business, we gotta take that out of the equation, you know, and talk to the lawyers or something like that. Man, leave me out of it.
Man, bro, look how God worked though, bro. Like, yeah, like you battling, doing what you doing, and you've been making your money. You've been negotiating, doing your thing, and we're gonna talk about that because you put a number out there, bro, and people really think you made that number. And I ain't asking for you to say what number you made. I'm saying you got people out here, they just finally made this. I'm like, bro, this is y'all tripping. But look how God.
Andre Ward say, y'all tripping. Oh, Andre Ward funny, bro. Oh man. Y'all push that like button if you haven't already.
Work though, bro. You battling outside the ring, you dealing with the stuff that fighters got to deal with, especially when you stand on something. And If you just say yes, man, and you're gonna do whatever the suit or your promoter tell you to do, you probably not gonna have no problem outside the ring. But if you somebody that stand on business, you got a vision for your life and your career, and you're gonna make sure it goes in that direction, you're gonna have some stuff that come up. But you get a dude way across the world, bro. And you his favorite fighter.
And he know everything about me.
He know everything about you, and his main goal is to get you the big fight.
Yes.
Bro, that's crazy to me. When did you first meet
crazy
him?
to me
Or
too,
get word wind to him?
Man, I got wind of him, you know, years ago. You know,
It's crazy to me too, Andre Ward.
there was actually, you know, somebody else in his position, you know, that I was his favorite fighter, you know, and he wanted to do business with me, but, you know, he wasn't on the level of Turkey. They like, man, he nothing. So when Turkey came into position, you know, and I met Turkey, you know what I mean, it was just different. Like he wanted the best for me because he seen how, you know, I was getting blackballed. He seen how the system was, you know, doing me. He seen how, you know.
How was you getting blackballed, Terence Crawford? How was you getting blackballed? Because Bob Arum wasn't making you the big fights. That's why you sued him. See, I could see if Terence Crawford was at the PBC and he didn't get any other fights, then he could say he was blackballed. But you can't be at top rank and say PBC blackballed you and then sue Bob Arum and say he never made none of the big fights. It doesn't make any sense.
The promoters was having this agenda to assassinate my character, and, you know, it wasn't just Top Rank. You know, it was, you know, other promoters like, oh, he don't sell. But when you look at every arena that I didn't fought in, I didn't packed it.
Vegas,
you know?
MSG.
It didn't matter where it was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Packed it, you know? And so he just like, you know, I dislike the promoters. Instead of them promoting you, they trying to tear you down, you know? But I just wouldn't let them. I just, you know.
So Terence Crawford didn't want to do the interviews and he didn't refuse to do all of that stuff to promote himself while he was at Top Rank? I'm asking. What promoters didn't want to promote him? He was only with Bob Arum. So what promoters, plural, didn't want to promote him? I'm asking y'all, like all the buddies in the chat. Can y'all tell me what promoters besides Bob Arum that didn't want to promote him? He's been with Bob Arum. So is he upset the way Bob Arum treated him and handled his career? Because that's who he was with. And Bob Arum say he took the Pacquiao fight away from him. He wouldn't make the Spence fight. So what promoters is he talking about? I'm asking. I'm waiting on somebody that Dank Father, Rich, Too Rich. What promoters, Band-Aid, what promoters is he talking about? Let me know. Drop it below.
Keep doing what I'm doing. And, you know, I always said, as long as I keep winning, that's all that matters. So when a lot of people say, oh, well, he was fighting Canelo for the money. You know, I got money. I been had money. You know, I could have been retired. You know, I was fighting for legacy. Legacy was what I was fighting for because I knew beating Canelo was going to do something that never been done before.
So you spent 9 hours negotiating though? I know Top Rank blackballed him, but they said PBC blackballed him though. They said PBC, Rich, I know Top Rank blackballed. That's what I'm talking about. But people keep telling me that PBC blackballed him. That's what I'm saying. I know Top Rank blackballed him. And even after Bob said that shit, he re-signed. So I mean, I'm talking about why are people saying PBC blackballed him?
You know, so
but he said
my thing was
promoters, Rich. He said plural. So of course, Top Rank. I said besides Bob Arum, what promoters, plural, because he said promoters, which blackballed him?
This is an opportunity for not only for me to shut all these people up that says all these negative things about me, but to be a slap in the face for all these promoters and managers that, you know, says all these things and say that I can't do this and I can't do that.
Right. Look how God work. You stay down until you come up, man. He'll.
So why do y'all like they was just trying to lie on Terence Crawford for what? Like, why were the promoters trying to hold him back and lying on him? Because if you were selling, the promoters will be jumping to try to do business with you. Right? It just, to me, I'm unclear on what he's saying and what he really means. I'm unclear because why wouldn't people want to work with you if you're selling? Why? What reason would the promoters not have to do business with you? But in the same breath, the mentality is, I don't care if the promoters make their money back. I just need to get my guarantee. I don't care what they make back. Could that be the reason why they didn't want to do business with you? Because you just spent 9 hours negotiating for a fight that you don't even care about the money. You just want the fight for legacy. Does that have something to do with it? I'm asking. I mean, I'm just curious.
Sign people to you to bless you and to get you where he wants you to go. And it's somebody that we never heard of. Dude just came on the scene and made you his priority, bro. So that's a blessing. And the thing about, like, he fighting Canelo or you fighting for a payday. Duh.
Right.
Who's fighting for free? No, I don't want just a payday. I want a career high payday.
Facts.
Then we gonna do the money thing, then we gonna do the legacy thing. Now, if I'm just trying to take it for the money and I really don't think I can beat you, that's a different situation. So people gotta understand, oh, you just want to do it for the money. Who's fighting for free?
He just said he didn't care about the money, Andre.
Nobody. So I can't fight right until I get this fight right. Once I take care of that at the table, all right, let's go get ready now and get my body right. So I don't understand. So y'all need to stop saying, I know it's popular, payday. Yes, that's what you want when you fighting big name guys. I want that payday.
They don't understand.
They don't understand, bro. Like who? You name me one fighter that's fighting for free. Like, nah, you take the money. I just want legacy. It don't happen. Man, going into this camp, bro, like what was some of the, obviously you didn't have to lose.
A Tank fan questioning legacy. You can't make this stuff up. Can somebody in the chat tell me if I question legacy? Did I question legacy? Did I question legacy? What did I say to question legacy? I didn't question legacy at all. I said, could it be possible that promoters didn't want to work with you because of your mentality and how you feel about doing business with promoters? About how you don't care if they make their money back. All you want to make sure is you got your guarantee and you get paid. How you just spent 9 hours negotiating a fight that you said you didn't really care about the money. It was only legacy and you got the money and you could have been retired already. Could that be the reason why people didn't want to work and do business with you? Could that be the reason why Bob Arum was talking shit and blackballing you? That's what I said. I didn't question no legacy. Comprehension is at an all-time low, bro. I don't understand. Y'all just be wanting to like say stuff and try
much weight
arguments.
People made a lot about you being a smaller fighter. They didn't realize how much you was boiling yourself down to get to 47 and even 54. You cutting into muscle, and they didn't realize that you got a big frame. So like, how much did you go into camp? I seen what you posted on the scale. Some people said it was cap. I believe it. What was the number that you came into camp at?
Shit, man, I don't know.
Can I say your number? The number you posted?
Man, I don't know, man.
Okay, I got you.
Say,
I got you.
I know what I posted.
I got you.
What was it? 186?
Yeah. I think it was 86 and a half, something like that.
Man, listen. When I was fighting at these lower weights, I had to always keep myself from growing. You know what I mean? So when I was at 147, everybody like, man, he's a gym rat. I'm always in the gym anyway. But I had to stay in the gym because I had to, you know what I mean, keep my weight down and stay in reasonable, you know what I mean, touching range to be able to make weight. So like when I was able to work out, not worry about, you know, what I do in the weight room or what I do, you know, nutrition wise, you know, my body just started doing what it do. Like I didn't tell my body to just get bigger or.
Dank Father said he picking on small guys. Well, I mean, that's basically what he's saying, right, Dank Father?
Or nothing. Like, no, I'm naturally skinny. Like I tell people, I'm skinny, but I weigh heavy. I don't know why. You know what I mean? Like, but like when I started working out, you know, a lot of people don't know this, but I started working out for Canelo in February. This was a process. They think this happened overnight. You know, I started working out.
Y'all are not gonna beat Bud in the preparation, bro. Bud is gonna be prepared. Listen, if it's one thing I'm learning from Terence Bud Crawford, it's the art of preparation. It's the art of being prepared. It's the art of knowing before other people know. It's the art of deception. I'm learning all of this. He is always going to be prepared. He is always going to know years and years and years in advance about the opponents that he could possibly be facing and approaching, and he's going to start preparing then. At that moment, he's not just going to be preparing during the 8-week camp, during a 12-week camp. No, but ain't just preparing for his fight in that little bit of time. He is knowing years in advance. He is getting it together then, doing the research, putting the plans together, prepping his body. These other fighters better take note. It's the Bud Crawford era.
In February, Chet was like, come on, man. You're going to get this Canelo fight. We got to start now. Yeah. We got to start working on your legs, working on your power, you know, so you can withstand them big shots, and you know you're gonna be punching your arms and this and that and this. So we already preparing for Canelo in February. So when they say, "Oh man, he just gained all this weight," no, that was a process. You know, it was bulk and then cut.
Yeah. I mean, that's how you got to get ready for something like that. And you chose also not to take a tune-up fight. So what was the math you did with that? He's still fighting. So some people say, oh, he's going to be sharp, you're going to be rusty.
I don't believe in that. Uh-huh. Some people believe in that. I don't, because I think you get your sharpness from sparring and in the gym. If you sharp in the gym, you're going to be sharp in the fight. That's just me. A lot of people don't believe that. They say, oh, well, you know, the fight is different than, you know, in the gym and sparring and stuff like that. I'm saying, yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is different.
But at the same time, you know, you still getting punches thrown at you. You still, you know, gotta, you know what I mean, move properly in the gym. So me being in the game for so long, your body needs rest.
Yeah, especially as you get older.
Your body needs rest. So when you having these camps after camps after camps, thinking that, you know, I'm staying active, you constantly tearing down your body.
Yeah.
So when they say, oh, well, Terence, he fights one time a year, you know, that's cool. You know what I mean? For me, if I fight twice a year, that'd be great. But one time a year, you know, hey, I'm giving my body the proper time it needs to recover, you know, because.
Don't they complain about Tank fighting once a year? I think I heard a lot of people complain about that. But I mean, if you want to fight once a year, that's cool. Fighters take note. Make sure you preserving your body. Don't be doing all them fights a year.
As I got older, that's just as important as anything else is recovery. You know, so when you listening to your body and your body telling you, oh, my knees hurting from all this running, my ankles hurting from all this running, my elbows is hurting, my hands, my wrists, you know, my neck, you know, things like that. You gotta listen to your body and just say, all right, decompress. I'm gonna just chill out and let my body just do what it do.
I know you had a great camp, but brother, you finna be 38 soon, like in a day or two, couple days, right? How was that last camp you just had?
It was great.
I know it was great. Well, did you feel different at 37?
A little bit, yeah.
You had no bumps and bruises?
Man, we always got bumps and bruises.
I'm saying bumps and bruises at 37.
Man, I had bumps and bruises at 27. You know what I mean?
Like different at 37.
Nah, man, it's all the same.
Yeah.
You're not never gonna go into camp and come out, you know, 100% healthy. You know, and a lot of people is asking me, you know, how did I feel? You know, I had a lot going on in camp. This fight, the last fight, the fight before.
Life stuff and the pressure of the fight.
Yeah, but like injuries too. Injuries too. Like,
so you didn't go into that fight 100%, you think? I asked for no details.
No, not at all. No. I don't know when did I ever win in a fight. You know what I mean? But like these last few years, I'm way past 100%. But it's just what we got to deal with, you know.
What does he mean he's way past 100%? What does that mean? What is Bud saying right here? Can y'all clarify for me? Because I'm confused. What do y'all think Bud is saying right here? Now, this just seems like don't nothing affect Bud. He ain't affected if he win. He ain't affected by getting older. He ain't affected, like, come on, bro. Baby.
I ain't fucking.
That's why we have the technologies we have to recover. You know what I mean? Some days, like you told me this. You and Tim Bradley, if y'all wouldn't never be like, hey man, you need to take some days off, like a whole day off. You know, not no active rest, just a whole day off. You know, recover. Just go sit in the sauna, steam room, or jacuzzi, something, just relax. I still would be running myself in the dirt. Because I always felt like if I put more days in work, then I got just as much days over him, then he's not going to be able to catch up.
Yeah.
You know, so if you resting and I'm working, I got you. Because in the heat of the battle, when it comes time for us to go head to head, you going to gas before me. I really believe that. If I take my body through
Dragon Assassin, what you mean? You can't listen to it anymore. You can't finish up the interview? Damn, Dragon. I'm trying to give it a shot, bro.
Hell in training camp, you know, and I'm tired and I'm aching, I'm pain, and I got all these pains, and I'm working through that. What can you possibly do to me to stop me from doing whatever I want with you? You know, I already been through the fire. This is fun now. You know, my body was aching, hurting, and I was like, in my mind, you better keep going. Ain't no stopping. So in a fight, you know, if I get tired or if I get hurt or anything, you know, my instinct's gonna pop in. Oh, we been tired before. Then that second wind kick in, then it's, you know, kill or be killed.
Yeah, that rest, man, especially as you get older, like I said, bro, it's essential, dog.
Uh-huh.
You got to do it. Like, I wouldn't have did it either. I had a good coach, brother. Had, you know, he knew me, and I fight with him all the time on it. But if he didn't do that, like my desire to win and not wanting to lose and all that stuff, I'd have overtrained every time.
Uh-huh.
You know, so when you get older, you start spending more money on rehab, taking care of your body, massage therapist, physical therapist, and you do on actual training, bro.
Yes.
That thing shift. Your money starts shifting on that. Ice bath. You got to do all of that. If you ain't doing that, you losing.
You know why? Because you got everything already. You is who you is. So when you when you younger, you trying to find your.
Yeah, I punched that like and subscribe button. Dragon Assassin say he had to dip. He say he can't take no more to interview. Yeah, I know I gotta pause it. All right, let's see what else.
Your way. You trying to learn as much as you possibly can. You trying to see what works and what don't work. You know? So it's like, man, I gotta do this, Man, I gotta spar this dude to see if I'm on that level. But when you get to a certain level and you get to a certain age, you already know what works and what don't.
Yeah.
You know what you got to do. So it's like you don't got to drill yourself in the ground because you already know how to get there.
You know how to get ready.
You've been there before.
Yeah.
You know what it feels like. So it's like, oh yeah, I take a little time to let my muscles recover. You know what I mean? Then I can get more out of it.
You're gonna be stronger the next day.
The next day, because because the experience. But when you don't got the experience, you trying to figure it out. You're like, man, I gotta work. I gotta work. Yeah. But then when you get to that point where you know, like, oh, I can take a rest day because, let my muscles, recover so I can get more out of it. In this fight, I ain't gonna get tired.
How was form? Feeling good?
I've been here before. I put the work in. That was always my fear, is being in a fight and getting tired to where I couldn't perform.
Ooh, man. And he not tired.
And I done lost like 2-3 fights in the amateurs, and they was hard. And I'm talking about me fighting for my life.
Right,
and I'm like, I never want to experience that ever again.
Straight up.
So I would just work tremendously hard to where it's like, that's the only way you can beat me, is if, I don't prepare properly.
Man, I want to get into the fight, bro, but
so now we know where it comes from. His need for the preparation to the fight. He said he had experiences in the amateurs where he felt like he wasn't prepared enough, and he was in there fighting for his life and he lost. So this need for the perfect preparation to have the perfect performance, it stems from feeling like he wasn't prepared enough in his amateur career and feeling like, hey, I don't ever want to feel like this again. I want to make sure I'm prepared in that ring. I don't want to be tired. I want to make sure I got the perfect game plan. I want to make sure I'm able to execute. And you can't be mad at that. Shout out to Terence Crawford.
How does Terence Crawford spend the day of the fight for a big fight like that? How did you spend the day of the fight? Like before you went to the ring?
The whole day.
Yeah.
Just
you have any visitors? You got any people coming to see you?
Yeah, people come here and there, but
Marshawn West say, hey, 2 cents. Friends shouldn't interview friends. It's fake and disgusting to listen to these lies. Man, this is the same person that's saying they can't handle the interview, y'all. Listen, I'm being objective here. We just reviewing the interview. I'm giving my honest opinion in 2 cents. I'm being objective. I ain't throwing no sauce on it. I'm just watching the interview because we're just gonna watch the interview, y'all. Let me know and drop it below, y'all, 2 cents. If you're listening to the replay, let me know and drop it below what you think.
Be chilling.
Yeah.
I thrive in chaos. I was brought up and born into chaos, like around me. So like when some people, they be like, man, they gotta be quiet. I don't want people around me. I don't want no noise, no nothing. No. Man, that don't affect me. None of that. Like
I be looking like, bro.
Yeah.
And you be chilling.
Yeah, like Shakur come up there, like, hey, bro, there's too many people in your room. We playing spades and stuff. He like, it's about time you go to bed, champ. I'm looking at Shakur. I'm like, yeah, you right. I'm gonna go to. All right, y'all gotta go. I got my little bro, man, kicking everybody out. It's time for me to go to sleep. Then I just lay down. I'm like, man, I ain't even sleepy, dude. All right, try to, as long as I'm resting, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. But nothing affects me when it comes to like me getting in the ring.
This guy is perfect, bro. This guy, I mean, Terence Crawford is truly a unique individual, one of a kind. I mean, nothing affects him. He thrives in chaos, always extremely prepared, can leap buildings in a single bound, faster than a speeding bullet. I mean, just Terence Crawford.
Because I'm already locked in. Once I lock on something, nothing else matters at that point in time. Like when I'm locked in. Like we can have a fight, we can argue. I was arguing before.
Thank Father, that's a good question, bro. Like, Shakur, why are you policing his room, bro? Like, you go, you leave. Like, why are you letting it, like, what? I don't know. Maybe that's their dynamic.
For my fight, I was arguing, you know what I mean, on that doesn't, when once it's time to lock in, none of that matters. It's like I got a blank memory. Like none of that, I don't remember none of that until after the fight. Once it's time to, you know what I mean, seek and destroy and kill, it's like a straight line. Nothing else is there but that line.
That's a beautiful gift though.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of cats can't turn that switch on. Like everything has to be perfect for me to perform good. But you know how it is. You getting ready for a fight, but life's still happening. I'm still getting phone calls. What happened? Who did what? What they say?
Yeah.
You like you say, you got arguments going on. And this stuff the week of the fight. Because most of the people
the night before.
Bro.
Exactly, the real Merc TV. Bud is the Batman of boxing. As long as he got prep, you cooked.
Even our family, bro, they there, but they really don't know what this is about. Like to most family members, it's a party, it's an event.
I swear to God.
Bud fighting, Dre fighting, Shakur fighting. It's a party. It's like this is not a party, bro. Like I'm finna risk my life. But they'll start an argument or do something crazy. But for you to be able to turn that switch, brother, it's a beautiful, beautiful gift. And then you dealing with the chaos that's surrounding the fight, and to be able to block that out and lock in. We talked about the ring walk, bro. So the bell ring, and you go straight out there, hit him with 2 jabs and stand your ground. So I'm like, okay, so you trying to send a message. What message were you trying to send? Was that intentional or it just happened in that first couple seconds?
No, I'm like, I'm coming right at you. Because, you know, there was this big blow up thing, like I was scared of him. And that's why I'm like, man, I ain't scared of shit. You know what I mean?
Big blow up thing.
Yeah, because he was just like, you know what I mean? He said he didn't say it, you know, but they was saying in the back
that personal.
That yeah, like I'm scared of him. I'm like, scared of you? Like, me? Oh, man. So I'm like, when this bell ring, I'm coming right at him. Coming right at him, you know, and just let him know that I'm going to be here all night. I ain't going nowhere.
Talk me to the fight.
So, you know, I'm touching him. I'm like, dang. All right. You know, I'm like, he's trying to will me to sleep because I'm like, this dude don't punch this hard. So I'm like, man, he trying to trick me. So everybody like, stay focused.
Don't fall for it, but
stay focused, you know, and then a couple of times that I, you know.
Push the like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Put a 1 in the chat if you enjoying the Andre Ward, Terence Crawford interview. All Things says this got to be the glaziest interview ever. Wow. He said it's the glaziest interview. And they had 2 people leave. They say they can't take it no more. They say friends shouldn't interview friends. Listen, I think it's an okay interview. It is a little glazy, if I do say so myself, but that's just my 2 cents. Jason Williams say he enjoying the interview. Jason Williams say they wish it was Tank. Who is they?
I mean, mix it up with him and we in there. I just felt like I was stronger. I punched harder and I could have just stood in there and just like really let him go. But you gotta follow the plan. You know, you gotta execute the plan, and the plan was to get in, get out, you know what I mean, boxing spurts, you know, bang in spurts, and then, you know, once he
the plan was to get in, get out, and bang in spurts. That was a good game plan. And I think that that's the same way that Devin is gonna fight Brian Norman. I think that's the same way he's gonna try to fight him. I think he's gonna have a similar game plan to beat Brian Norman.
wanna fight, you know what I mean? You move around a little bit.
Yeah, man, your body language, which is really big when I'm watching a fight like that, especially when it's a person that's supposed to be scared of somebody, right? All the little body language means something because he's so used to being an alpha male. He's so used to having his way, just like you are, that anytime you see somebody that's making a move or it look like they kind of, are you scared or you hesitant, you gonna peep that. You gonna see that right away. I didn't see that from you, man. I seen even when you was moving, I knew you wasn't gonna run. I've never seen you run in a fight before. So I was like, the challenge for Bud going into this fight is, can he be disciplined to box? Because he really don't want to be boxing. He really want to fight.
Right.
He'll move, but he really don't want to move.
Yeah.
And Canelo's like that too. He'll move, but he really don't want to move. And he did try to yoke you up though.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen you get yoked up. I looked, I said, dang, he tried to yoke you. But then you tried to yoke him back, I think, a round or two.
Yeah.
What was you thinking when he tried to yoke you on the rope?
It wasn't nothing. When he picked me up, when my hand was,
but you don't be getting picked up, bruh.
But it wasn't nothing because it was just like I was too high on his back. You know what I mean?
What was you thinking though?
I was
Optics,
laughing.
though.
It wasn't nothing. I was just laughing. You know what I mean? I was just like,
you wasn't thinking I gotta get
This nigga Andre Ward, bro. Come on, Andre. Why is you talking so much?
that back.
nah.
Yeah.
Because it was just like he picked me up. Oh, okay. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't worried about it. He used a lot of energy to do that. That's what I'm thinking. You know, and it wasn't nothing. I took it as a grain of salt.
You seem to be in a good zone, bruh, and I didn't see you breathing at all. But that ninth round came, you got into your stance, you got low. I said, oh, he finna try to bang with him. And you had those exchanges. And did that just happen, or you knew when that bell rang, that ninth round, I'm finna try to see, I'm finna test him?
No, I just knew just to pick it up because, you know, it was getting close to the championship rounds. And I just wanted to make sure that, you know, I set a tone that I was in charge. You know, I think I did that in the 7th round too. The 7th, you know, 11th and the 12th. You know, I just wanted to set the tone that, you know, you're not gonna push me around. You're not gonna make it seem like, you know, you the boss. So, you know, we got it in at that moment.
He made a big mistake at the end of that round though.
Yeah.
He reached out and acknowledged that he shook his head and
Yeah, we ain't doing that.
yeah, that's a big mistake.
Yeah, we ain't doing that.
And he really made the first mistake at the weigh-in.
Yeah.
People don't understand. Like, that don't mean everything. That don't.
Y'all push that like button if you enjoying the show. Put a 1 in the chat if you enjoying the interview. Put a 2 in the chat if you feel it's a little glazy, like all things say. Is it giving glaze to y'all? Put a 2 in the chat if it's giving glaze. Just let me know down below your 2 cents. Put a 1 in the chat if you enjoying. Put a 2 in the chat if it's giving a little glazy to you. I just want to know your 2 cents. Travis say he enjoying it. Jason enjoying it. Hugh Brown gave it a 1 and a 2. Okay, Jason say what is glazing, but it's all right. Right? Pork Chop enjoying the interview. Pork Chop, I got to get you a wrench. Let me get Pork Chop a wrench real quick.
Mean that Terence is gonna win the fight or whoever gonna win the fight, but when you break that stair, it wasn't just him breaking the stair first. He reached his hand out to you at the weigh-in. I said, ooh-wee. Then he did it again in the 9th round. When he did it in the 9th round, I said, yeah, this fight, it ain't over, but it's over. He got his respect, and that's really what he came here to get. You seen him do that, right?
Yeah. I walked away.
Yeah.
I walked off.
Yeah. What was you thinking when you seen that concession?
I'm like, man, we ain't touching no hands.
But did you think like, oh, I got him?
No, I didn't think nothing. I already knew I had him. I felt like I was winning all the rounds except, you know what I mean, 1. I felt like he could have got the, you know what I mean, what was it, the 5th round? You know what I mean? But all the other rounds, I'm like, I'm in control. You know, but not knowing how the judges see it, I got to make sure, you know, from history, I got to make sure I win these championship rounds because we didn't see fights like De La Hoya, Trinidad, when De La Hoya think he got it in the bag and, you know what I mean, he lose. You know, there's so many fighters that, you know, think they got it in the bag and, you know, the judges think different. So I wanted to make sure, like in the Majamar fight, that I put a stamp on it because they the champion, not me.
Yeah, you did that. Like, I really think, like, for me, it's the championship rounds for me is 10, 11, 12. It ain't just 11, 12.
Shout out Blaze P for P in the building. AG say, I enjoy all unbiased perspectives of this breakdown. Okay. Kurt Hurd say, I'm just here to support the channel. Really just waiting for this to be over. Jason Williams say, I'm so proud of you too since you done seen the light. I don't even know what that means. All things say it's a little glazy, but he's still enjoying it. Okay, okay. Blaze P for P say, this the Bud Crawford era.
Well, and in those rounds, you did that. And you really needed to do that because on the scorecard, you lost that 12 round, but you got a split draw.
Yeah.
We having a totally different.
Now, I think I gave Canelo 4 or 5 rounds because Bud did a lot of moving around in a lot of those rounds, and he was getting caught. Like, people act like Bud wasn't getting punched in them rounds when he was circling around the ring. But that's my 2 cents.
Conversation, and maybe y'all run it back or whatever and make more money, but it could have got handled that night. So I think that's just the instincts that you have being a winner. Like, when you used to winning, you kind of know like what you got to do to keep winning. So, you know, I thought that was that's the way you're supposed to finish that fight. How nervous were you waiting for the decision, given all the stuff you just named about how Vegas can be?
I wasn't nervous at all.
You weren't nervous at all?
At all. I was emotional because I already knew I had it in the bag. You know what I mean? That's why.
Bud get on my nerve. I wasn't emotional. I wasn't worried at all. Come on, Bud. You wasn't worried. Like, no, nothing to fake this nigga. This nigga's like, he got emotions of titanium. Like, he don't care when he ain't worried about it when he win because he already knew he was going to do it. He wasn't nervous about the judges because he already knew he had won. Like, come on, Bud.
I dropped down to my knees.
Show something.
He's like, dang. You know, I just started getting emotional because it's like the journey was long. You know what I mean? It was grueling. Like, man, I remember, you know, about to quit boxing. You know, like, boxing been a love-hate, you know, relationship for years. Like, all the things that I had to go through in this sport, it was just like, man, like, and you finally here, like, out of all the things that happened, none of it mattered because you did this. And that's why I was just like, man, you know, you gotta thank God because, you know, he the one that, you know, had it made for me and planned.
You kept
Shout out to him. Shout out to him.
saying that though before the fight. I heard you. I don't say you keep saying. You said it a couple times that it's already written.
It's already written.
Where did that come from? Like, that mindset? And
it's just my mindset, you know. And I remember, it's crazy because when I got shot, you know, a couple of homies was like, you know, scared and like, cause a couple of homies, they had fought, you know, and we knew my was gonna slide. I'm like, man, y'all niggas scared, man. Like, let's go. Like, what we doing? Like, if something gonna happen, it's gonna happen. We can't control it. That's how I always live my life. If something gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Like, me nor you can stop it from happening, no matter what. Boom, I get shot. Bam. Like, damn, my dumb ass got shot. I should have left. You know what I mean? Get shot through my car. So on the stage, I'm like, it's already written. What's gonna happen is gonna happen. You can't stop it from happening. The fans can't fight for you. It's already written. It's destined. That, you know what I mean? I'm here for a reason. You know, it's not you, it's me. I'm highly favored. God is blessing me and showing me and using me, you know, as a tool that.
Yeah, punch that like button. What's say he blessed and highly favored. He blessed and highly flavored.
Anything's possible if you just believe in them and have faith. So there's nothing that Canelo could do that night that, you know what I mean, was gonna change destiny. So I was just like, man, I let everybody know. You know, it's already written. Like I'm not, that's why I wasn't nervous. That's why I wasn't worried, because I knew I prepared myself to the best of my abilities, you know, and that I have the skills and the ability to do anything I want in the ring.
Shout out to Terence Bud Crawford. They keep requesting a picture. There y'all go. I keep getting requests in the chat for the Bud Walk on Water picture. There y'all go. This man is amazing. Back to Bud.
Yeah, man, that's powerful because you got to have the works part. You got to put your work in. You know, you can't be saying, nobody can say they believe in God, God gonna do this for me, and then you don't put the work in. Faith without works is dead. You know, you got to put both in. But to have faith in a power that's higher than you, it brings you a lot of peace because you know I can only do so much, like you said. But then your mindset, though, that's the part that, you know, I think you can develop that over time. And I think that it can become stronger and stronger. But it's a lot of great athletes in the world that are maybe more skillful than you, skillful than different people, but they don't have that thing that lock in, that deep belief that I don't care what you say, this is what's gonna happen tonight, and then go out there and do it. That's the different, that's the separator. You feel me? That's the different stuff. And that's why you only got so many all-time greats. You only got so many greats, and then you got everybody else.
Yeah.
After that fight,
like Andre Ward, like, bro, you talking too much, in my opinion, to be doing an interview. No, you can call me Jay Kurt. You can call me Jay, 2 cents, 2. You can call me all kind of things on here. Come on, Andre Ward, with all this talking, bro. You the reason why the interview's so long, because you keep fucking talking.
either the press conference or in the ring, what did y'all have any exchanges? Did he say anything to you? Did you say anything to him?
No, he just was thanking me and telling me that it was an honor for him to share the ring with me and things like that. And I was just like, man, same. You know, like, I respect Canelo. You know, like, I've been a fan of Canelo since day one. So, like, to be able to share the ring with him, you know, it was dope, you know, and for him to give me the respect that I always gave him, you know, it was definitely dope, you know, it was dope.
I gained a lot more respect for him, the way he handled that, because he could have played, you know, he could have played the role of I did it, I thought I did enough. That's all he had to say is I thought I did enough. And that would have lit up his fan base and it would have been a whole discussion about it. And he could have took that route, man. But, and I know dude is a competitor. He didn't get where he got to not being that. But the way he did that, man, bro, I really respect that about him, man.
He didn't make no
He didn't
excuses.
take nothing away from your moment.
No, nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I said, man, like, it was dope. You know, you got some of the reporters. Because they still trying to take it away from me. You know, they still trying to put their narrative out there. But he like, nah, he got everything. He won the fight. You know, it just wasn't his night, you know, and I respect that because, you know, he handled his loss like he did all his wins.
I respect it too, bro. What was the first thing Turkey said to you after the fight?
I don't even remember. I think it was like, good job, congratulations or something.
Yeah. Can you explain to the people?
Well, remember everything else, but he don't remember what Turkey said to him after the fight. Okay. We almost through it, guys. It's almost over. It's almost over.
people, bro, because it's a whole lot of confusion online about why you gave them belts back. People really think you got them belts and you were supposed to keep them and you gave them back. Can you explain to people why you had to give some of them back?
Well, you know, belts is like a trophy, you know, so of course, after the fight, we get the belts. We get to take pictures with the belts. But them his personal belts. I'm gonna get my own personal belts, but we gotta return the belts. So the respect that I have for him, just like I have for Spence, you know, just like I have for any other champ that I took their belts from, I personally wanted to give the belts back to Canelo. You know, that's a sign of respect. So, you know, I'm looking for him. I'm like, hey, you know, where Canelo at? They like, oh, he in the press conference. They didn't want to let me in at first because they thought that we was trying to, you know what I mean, be on bullshit or whatever the case may be. So I like, hey, man, open the door, man. I'm trying to give him his belts back. Like, I can come by myself because, you know, I was with everybody and they was just like, all right, you know what I mean? We don't want y'all trying to come in here and bombard his press. I said, I wait, you know what I mean? Like, it's all respect, you know, and I just, you know, told him, thank you again, you know what I mean? This is like a sign of respect. I want to be the one to give you your belts back because, you know, you didn't have to fight me, and it's just, you know, a sign of respect.
That's one thing I've always respected about you, bro, is like, you know.
Security thought he was trying to pull a Keyshawn. Damn. Hearing Bud talk is the polar opposite of how he fights. LOL. He exciting in the ring. Man. Georgia blowing Kentucky one. Oh, they play some football on? I don't know. Maybe I came on at the time everybody watching football. But hey, we got 30 people in here. Y'all make sure y'all punch that like button if you haven't already.
Oh, you are a competitor. But when you win, you don't disrespect nobody. You don't try to, you know, drag nobody through the mud. Like the same thing with Spence. You know, all the talk that was had and all the stuff that was said, not just from him, but just fan bases, you could have easily did that, you know, and been like, I told y'all. And you did do that, but it wasn't in a disrespectful way. And you probably could have celebrated more and you didn't, bro. So I respect that about you. You know when to be a competitor and when to be a man and say, you know, I've done enough. Man, what's life been like for you? I know your phone blowing up since that win, bro.
Man, it's the same. My phone been blowing up, but it's the same, bro. Like, man, I live a chill, humble life, man.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Man,
your life is the same? I'm saying your person.
Andre Ward. Andre Ward, like, come on, man. Why is you up here capping? Andre Ward, look. Andre Ward is funny.
So like, but I'm saying you don't have more noise around you. Hey, can I get Bud? Can I get Bud? Can I get Bud?
Well, they probably calling Julie now.
Julie get blew up?
Yeah, Julie probably get blew up for me to do all kinds of interviews, but I'm chilling, man. Like, of course my phone been going crazy. Like, man, sorry all y'all fans, you know what I mean, that inbox me if I ain't got back with y'all.
It's
text
lit.
message.
Inbox lit.
Man, it's been crazy, you know what I mean? But I just been like this.
Shout out to Marshawn West with the $10 in the super chat. She says, Andre Ward is acting like Shakur. They can't take their heads out of Bud's ass. The following Bud crew. Respect for Earl, win. Ninja, what? Shout out to Marshawn West for the $10 in the super chat.
Focusing on my family, chilling, you know what I mean?
You've been away.
Yeah, enjoying, you know what I mean, the downtime and things like that.
Man, bro, that's the best. That was the best feeling to me, bro. Better than the check, better than the win. When I've been gone from camp and I go back to my house to be with my family, and then I'll be in my mind because I've been in camp so long. I'm like, damn, I gotta go. I ain't gotta go nowhere.
Yeah.
I gotta get up. I ain't gotta get up. I'm home. And it take time to get that out.
Well, I do.
What you gotta do?
So as I got home, it's like, man, I gotta get up, take these kids to school.
I'm talking about training though.
Oh, yeah, training different.
I ain't gotta be at the gym. Yeah. I ain't gotta run the mountain. I ain't gotta spar today. Your brain's still kind of turned on to that, and you gotta remind yourself, like, nah, I'm good. I can do my regular life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you gonna get back in daddy mode ASAP.
Yeah. Hey, it's like soon as you get done, You know what I mean? She hand you all the kids.
Ooh, that boy say, soon as you get done, baby mama dropping them all off. Here, give them to you. Crazy.
Yeah. It's my turn now.
She been holding it down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got an extensive real estate portfolio.
Yeah.
And maybe you didn't talk about this a lot coming up, but I thought that was an element, man, I wish you talked a lot more about, because it speaks to who you are as a businessman and what you've done. How many properties you got, if you cool saying it?
Man, I got a lot.
You got a lot? Okay.
Hey, look. The thing is.
But you know you didn't already said it, though.
I know.
Okay.
All right. The thing is, and in the words of all the PBC followers and fans, I'm a bad businessman. That's what they all used to say, remember? I should have just took the 70-30. I should have just took what Spence got me. I guess I'm a bad businessman, because look at me now.
Yeah. And you playing Monopoly too, bro. You got your own street, Terence Bud Crawford. That's in the North Omaha.
Yo, punch that like button. Punch that like button. Bad business, bud. I mean, just because you got it, that don't make you a good businessman. Like, what? It's a lot of bad businessmen that got money. They get money. Like, what are we talking about? They talking about his properties. He talking about PBC fans. Like, why?
No fun.
You got a lot of houses on there, bro. You playing Monopoly in real life.
I own 11 houses on that street.
On that street.
11.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Trying to buy them all.
You trying to buy some more?
I'm trying to get them all, man. I'm trying to be the first that came up out the hood to say I own the hood.
You bought it back. Bought your block.
Shout out to Bud. Shout out to him. Shout out to him.
Personally own it. How can I call this my neighborhood if I don't own a house?
Yeah.
You know, our people is, delusional at times. You know, they claiming things that their parents don't even own. You know, they written. But it's a beautiful thing that I'm blessed enough to be able to say I had a lot of great mentors, to guide me and teach me the ropes and show me new things, and me having the humbleness to listen, to be taught, to not think that I know it all, and that's just how God has blessed me. Because, when I started getting money.
Shout out to Bud for making good investments, investing in real estate, getting him properties, getting his business affairs in order. Shout out to him.
I wouldn't know what to do with it, because we wasn't ever taught financial literacy. We never was taught that in school. Our parents wasn't, wealthy and things like that. So we gotta fend for ourselves. We gotta learn on the road. We gotta learn, from the people that's making all the money. We gotta learn from those people that do what they do, and I was blessed a long time ago to invest my money the right way and, put it in the right, portfolios and, 401k, this is everything, trust funds, all that stuff, so yeah, I can.
Shout out to Bud. I know he be out there hanging out with Warren Buffett, so I'm sure he made some good investments, got a great portfolio. He buying up the block, got the street named after him. Shout out to him.
Just say I'm blessed.
Man, you breaking generational curses.
For sure.
It's powerful. I don't like being no message board and nothing and bringing up no rumors, but it's a little rumor out there that you might be. I seen an old video of your mama saying you might be cheap. Now some people say frugal, right? They think frugal and being on top of your money is cheap. Would you say you cheap? And what is cheap considered? What is that?
I don't know. I don't know. They've been calling me cheap since I was a little kid.
Why though?
Because I used to always just keep my money.
You ain't spending money?
Like, so you got a little kid, you got a little kid that's like 15 years old, probably with like 30 bands.
Mm-hmm. That's
at
crazy.
15.
That's crazy.
But Dusty.
Yeah. But you stacking it though.
Hey, Dusty.
You stacking it though in the
You're like,
cut.
man, hey, let me get $5.
Yeah.
Or let me get $1. You be like, man, I only got a $10 bill.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't breaking no $10
I
bill
ain't
to
breaking
give
no
you $5 or $1.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's just like everything.
Why is Bud Crawford 15 years old with 30 bands in Omaha? Did he have a job or like what were you doing? I'm just asking.
I earned. Like, you know, when I turned 16, I bought my own car. Like, nothing was given to me. Nothing was given to me. My mom stopped buying me clothes in the 7th grade because her and my dad got in an argument.
Mm-hmm. She mad at you.
No, her and my dad got in an argument.
But I'm saying, did she stop buying you stuff?
No, they got in an argument. My dad said, "Oh, I'm buying all T clothes.
Yeah.
I don't want you to buy stuff."
Yeah.
She's like, "All right,
Yeah.
well, your dad gonna buy you clothes, so dad send you money." Things like that. I'm like, man, start buying my own stuff.
Yeah.
But I used to never buy stuff. I used to keep my money, you know.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just asking what you said. He mentioned what he do. What was he doing? Did he cut grass or something? I'm asking y'all, what was he doing? Like, could y'all answer the question instead of getting defensive? Oh, it was illegal. So he was hustling. Oh, okay.
My mom, she'll buy me stuff here and there. She shouldn't buy you nothing. Your dad said he gonna buy these. Cool. But I always have my money. So my coach, my coach would be like, "What you saving that money for? You can't take it with you." Because I'll be on tournaments. My dad would give me money.
Yeah.
I was get paid by USA Boxing. I had a little job at the airport and things like that. And I just never used to spending on nothing. So everybody just always been calling me cheap. Cause I just always hold on to stuff.
Hey, whatever you doing, brother, is working. Yeah. Keep doing it. Man, you got when you beat Spence, you came home, you had a celebration for all of Nebraska, bro. 15,000 people came out. I've never seen nothing like that before in my life. Y'all getting ready to do it again tomorrow. How does that feel to be able to run that back, especially coming off the win you just had 2 weeks ago?
Oh, man, I honestly believe this one gonna be bigger than the Spence.
Than the 15?
Man, I think this is gonna be bigger than the Spence. Like, the support and the amount of people that came out, like, it was unreal.
With his parade, shout out to him. Shout out to him with the victory parade. Shout out to Bud.
Was you expecting that many back then?
Nah. That's why I said it was unreal, because it was just like, all these people here for you. Oh, Bud. You know what I mean? Like, you sit there and you think, you're like, man, dude, and you think about how far you done came, and you think about like the G unit and the police officers that used to mess with you, pull you over and harass you and things like that, and they all fans of you, they cool with you now, and it's just like, man, like how your life did a complete 360 by just making different choices. Just different choices. Like, I could have easily been like, man, I'm gonna keep doing what I was doing. But I was just like, man, you know what? I'm gonna change my life. I'm gonna stop hanging out. I'm gonna focus on my craft and stop doing things that I was doing, you know? And God took me here, in a matter of, you know what I mean, months, just by me being humble and staying down. You know, my first call was Tim Bradley. That's what started it all.
Shout out to Pork Chop with the $9.99 in the super chat. He says, I like how you stop the video to ask questions and then Bud answers it when you play the video. That's funny. Shout out to Pork Chop.
I wasn't fighting. I wasn't doing nothing. I was just chilling. You know what I mean? Training. And I got that phone call, and that was the light that sparked it all. Me sparring Tim Bradley, and then it's been up ever since.
What does that win mean for B&B, your 3 coaches? Saul, Red, and Bomac. They don't get the credit that they deserve.
And Bernard.
And Bernard. Yeah, Bernard. You can't leave Bernard out.
Yeah.
He wouldn't let you if you tried. But what does that mean for them, like saying that we did it again?
It just shows that, coaches can work together.
Shout out to Bud and his team. Shout out to Bud and his all-star team that he got. Shout out to him.
Without having egos. You never seen a team like me, ever. There's always been a head coach. Always. Coming from Omaha, you never hear about these type of athletes, number 1 athletes, and this and that and this from Omaha, Nebraska. So they don't get their recognition that they deserve. Because if they was in a bigger city, or if I had one coach that was doing the type of things that they was doing, they would have all the awards. They have all the awards. If I was in a different city, if I was, putting myself out there and acting crazy and got this big following, I would have had more awards than I do now. Because just the popularity back then.
Dang, Father, what are you talking about? Dumbass Derek James about you got too many coaches. LOL. What? I don't understand. That didn't make sense. Can you retype that?
No, and I felt as if, I should have won the Fighter of the Year award when I beat Spence. I felt like I should have won the Fighter of the Year award when I became undisputed, because they didn't give it to me when I became undisputed, but they gave it to Lomachenko when, he didn't become undisputed, but he was unified. Devin had the WBC. They gave it to Usyk when he was undisputed. They gave it to Inoue when he became undisputed. But Terence, they didn't give it to him when he became undisputed in one of them reigns. So it was a little biasness, like I always said. Let's see.
I wonder why they didn't give it to Terence.
They say, oh, he fought one time.
Is he making a point, chat? What y'all think?
But look who I fought and look what I did to him.
That's worth 4 or 5 fights, yeah.
What I did to Spence, none of them other fighters can compete. He was ranked number 5 in the pound for pound list. I'm beating people that's on the pound for pound list, but they say, oh, you're not fighting nobody. Canelo on the pound for pound list. Let's see what they do this time. They're going to say, I fought one time.
See, that lets you know, like, fighters a little throwed off, man. You do something to them, they like elephants. They don't never forget. He gonna remember this till he 80 years old. He gonna be talking about how he should have been, and I got my list too. Trust me. I know you can't get into what's next. You might not even know what's next. But can you at least say how you leaning? What you feeling?
How I'm leaning?
Just, yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm leaning like this. That's why my back hurt. They say I need to work on my posture. They say I need, and Julie over there, she gonna say, sit up.
Sit up, Terence.
Yeah, sit up. Like,
sit up, Terence.
I'm chilling, man. Like, to be honest, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like I said, everything's up in the air right now. I'm just, enjoying my family, enjoying, to be able to say, look what I accomplished, or what I'm about to accomplish next. So I'm just chilling right now. I haven't even got the time to sit down with my team and talk with them and, things like that.
Aircraft carrier say Ward questions suck. Is he even asking a question? I feel like he like them are trying to tell him what to say. Like, Ward, just ask the question and let him answer, bro. Like, you talking and you talking for 10 minutes and then you asking him a question. Like, You got to get better at doing interviews.
I talk with my family. I know with my family more, but you know, it's a team effort.
Turkey gonna make it hard on you, dog. We heard him fight week. No retirement. No retirement. He gonna make it hard on you, bro.
But look, man, look, that's the thing. You know, you gotta have strong will. You know, because a lot of things gonna be thrown at you, but it's up to you to, you know what's right, what's wrong. So
You've been making them decisions your whole career, man. So I know you're gonna make the right one here, brother. Man, you came out to the Bay, I think it was like 2021 or something like that. We spent a couple of days in the gym. You came to my house. You was like, how it feel to be rich? And I didn't really know how to answer you, dog. I was just like, it feel good.
how it feel?
I'm gonna ask you the same thing.
But how it feel? Tell me how it feel.
It feel good. But how does it feel? And I know you've been getting money for a long time, but how does it feel, Terrence, to be rich?
It has its days. You know,
It ain't
but
always good.
it ain't always good. You know, and people think it's always good, but it ain't. But you know, it's great being comfortable and not having to worry about.
Hey, that's some real shit right there, boy. It has its days. Hey, Terrence, that's probably the realest thing I've ever heard Terrence Crawford say.
About nothing. You know, that's the joy of it. You know, you have no worries, and it's a tool that you can use to make you more comfortable. It don't make you happy, but it definitely make you comfortable. You know, so it's good.
I'd rather take the pressure and whatever hard come with having money and people wanting it and trying
For
to manage
sure.
it than that other hard of not having it.
That's a fact. But that's a fact. But me being the type of person that I am and travel the world and being able to see how happy people is with nothing, that makes me think different, you know, because we take materialistic things and material things to the extreme, you know, when we all should just be blessed that we wake up in the morning, you know? It's a blessing to have your legs. It's a blessing to have your arms, your eyes, your ears, your teeth, your nose, you know? It's a blessing to see. But we don't look at things like that, you know? So when I'm in different countries and I go to the slums and to see how happy they is with nothing, I come back like, man, we
tripping over here.
Yeah, we tripping. Like we take too much for granted. You know, this person, you know, that got their legs chopped off because they'll die.
Shout out to Bud. But say money isn't everything and money don't make you happy. Shout out to, what do y'all be talking about? The Bud haters are melting like the Wicked Witch of the West. They wasn't even Canelo fans. They just wanted Bud to lose. I don't even know what y'all be talking about.
Medic. You know what they'll do to have your legs? This person that's in the grave, that's passed, ain't waking up in the morning. This person that's in jail for life, that's in the hole, he can't go outside and smell fresh air. So we take a lot of things for granted, and we think money is, you know, a tool that's gonna solve everything, and it's not. So me personally, being rich is cool, but I don't just want to be rich. I want to be wealthy so I can help the people that I need to help, you know, that's in need, that's going to appreciate it and is going to make me happy inside for helping somebody else.
Come on. I'm happy for you, dog. I seen the journey. You did it your way. And sometimes when you, like a mad scientist, your way seem like it ain't working sometimes. Right. And that's when a lot of people got a lot to say. But it was dope seeing you stick to what you believe, and you never left Omaha. They told you had to act a certain way. They tried to, when that didn't work, then they tried to spin it and say you can't talk. He don't want to do media. That was a lie.
Why do people say he never left Omaha? Like, why is that a big deal that he never left Omaha? I don't understand when people like Vince from Dallas, he never left Dallas, the Charlo twins in Houston, they never left Houston. Like, I don't just, why do people say like you never left Omaha? Like, I don't really understand that. Can y'all explain it to me?
But he's never gonna do this. He's not gonna beat this guy. And you stayed down, bro, until you came up. And you a great example, bro, not just for the youngsters, but for people like me. We have great conversations, but just I'm a person that pick up stuff from just watching. So I've seen how you've moved, and man, I appreciate you, bro. And boxing appreciates you, bro. And you a great father, man. And but you got a house on Ghost Street, my boy. You in that thing. And it's gonna be like that forever, bro. So congratulations, bro. You did that, man.
Appreciate it, bro.
Proud of you.
I had to hit Andre Ward with that because he was doing a lot of it. Shout out to Terence T-Bug Crawford. Let me know and drop it below your 2 cents about the All the Smoke interview. Be sure to let me know and drop it below. Getting lost in the script says sometimes people have to leave their hometown to come up. Oh, okay. Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't there some kind of thing about black fighters and having to fight in their home state to sell? Yes. All things say it was excessive Johnson boxing. I'm gonna drop the link for y'all for a second. Let y'all come up here and get y'all little 2 cents in. I'm not gonna be on here much longer. That's pretty much the end of the review show. Thank y'all for joining me. I'm gonna drop the link. Let y'all come up here, get y'all 2 cents off. If nobody clicked the link, I'm gonna end the show. Make sure y'all punch that like button if you haven't already. Blaze People Peace say some people get too rich and famous to stay in a small town like Omaha. A lot of fighters move to Vegas or Cali. I mean, so is that frowned upon? Like, is that, I don't get it though. Why is it like you never left Omaha? Like, I don't know. I don't think that that's like a big deal. It wasn't to me. We got Rich on the panel.
What's up,
Rich? What's your 2 cents? Hey, let me tell you something, Rich. You keep coming in my chat talking shit to me, I'm gonna start timing your ass out.
Now you said some real stuff. Like I don't agree with Andre Ward said the best negotiations and all that shit. I ain't agree with that shit at all. I was trying.
Rich, what's up?
What's up?
What you think? What you got to say about that, Rich?
Well, now I got to say first to the people that's in the panels and to you too. When people sit back up and call people Johnson bouncers and stuff like that because we praise a fighter that we like, we don't even praise him, but we just give him his credit. And then when we start going back at y'all and saying stuff, that's when it becomes disrespect. You can't how you get mad at someone because we like a certain fighter or what he do in the ring.
Hey, Rich, man, just them guys, them weirdos that be putting that weird stuff in the comments, that's their weirdo ass mind. I don't even respond to that.
Y'all really don't be making sense when y'all say
Rich,
stuff like
Rich,
y'all
stop saying y'all, bro. Stop saying y'all. You say be making sense. People don't be making sense. Stop saying y'all because it's like you include me in that. Don't do that. But go ahead.
No, all I gotta say, man, I don't know what y'all like seen that he was lying or y'all didn't see a genuine man when he was just talking, but it's to me everything was genuine. And I seen 2 brothers having a down-to-earth conversation, and one happy for another, and God got talked about a lot in it. And I feel like that's the thing that we missing out. I didn't look at that interview to look at the bad stuff out of it. I seen all good in it. You know what I'm saying? That's all I wanted to say. It's a good interview, man.
And we disagreed with some things. We agreed with some things. I don't think nobody was getting all the bad out of it. We got David Lynch, we got Terence Best Videos, and we got NHA
on the
panel. And we deep on the panel right now, so y'all better chill out.
Hey, listen, I'm telling y'all now, we're gonna have some panel editing. We're not finna be loud talking, cussing, doing all that extra shit. We're gonna act like mature adults up here and have a conversation. That's what we're gonna do.
Hey, Jay, you just told us not to cuss and you cussed.
No, I'm talking about at each other. I don't mean like.
All right, bet I got you.
But Blaze P4P, what you got?
Oh man, that's just Bud's victory lap. One thing about it, I've been a follower of Bud since I've been watching all his fights live for sure since he beat Ngannou, and became undisputed at 140. So it wasn't really a surprise for me with his skill set coming into, this fight coming up into Canelo, and thinking that if he was able to fight like himself at 168, he'd be able to handle his business. And it's just, I just like to see, greatness, man. He's undisputed in 3 weight divisions across 5 divisions. I don't think no one's ever going to do that again. And so
Yeah, me neither.
it's just a beautiful thing to in real time to witness one of the greatest of all time fight and be of age to appreciate. And I do a little boxing training too. I'm training for my first amateur bout in March. So
Okay.
you know,
Bud, your
I'll be
inspiration?
Bud's my inspiration, big
How long
inspiration.
you
That
been watching your opponent?
I don't know who my opponent
No,
is.
I'm joking. I'm just
It's a 300 entry
joking. I'm joking.
tournament, so I don't know who I'm gonna be fighting. But nah, Bud, I take a lot of different things from a whole lot of different boxers, But even with Bud, watching him train, putting on that weight, keeping his speed, he had that Everlast 10-pound vest, and I went and copped that joint. It was at a sporting goods store right up the street from my
Okay.
house. So
Okay.
I'll be trying to take, his mentality, training regimens. I'm gonna find me some big ass hill. He be climbing. He was climbing up. He been climbing up
Okay.
for years when he do his training camp, just to stay conditioned. But I
Okay.
just like greatness, man. I don't hate. I don't hate. I like the fighters that I like, and I don't dislike fighters that I don't necessarily follow. But there's a lot of great fighters, man, and hopefully a lot of fighters can be inspired. And one thing I want to just land my plane here is, if you notice that in the Canelo fight, or just Bud in general, a lot of fans diminish Bud and his capabilities and his accomplishment, but the boxers don't. All the great boxers give Bud the due respect that he deserves. And I'll land my plane right there.
Shout out to Blaze people. Keep getting in the ring. He got his first amateur bout coming up. Y'all make sure to shout out some congratulations and give some support to Blaze P for getting in the ring. David Lynch, what's your 2 cents?
Oh, for real? Hey, damn, I want to see that, Blaze. Damn.
Hello?
David, what you got for the show?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna post it.
Okay. I found this interview very hilarious. It was very funny to see him contradict himself on things that he said in this interview, as opposed to things that he said in other interviews.
Like what, David?
The fact that now he's saying that Spence was one of his toughest fights or whatever. Before, when Canelo asked him who was his toughest fights, that's on his list in his resume, and he said Victor Postal and what's the other guy name? That's how hilarious it is that he would mention 2 people back then that I could see Canelo is on the list right now, and now he put Spence there. That's one contradiction. Number 2, I haven't heard anyone in any of his prior interviews do he go, I'm blessed, I'm highly favored, and all of that. I believe this interview was the most scripted interview that I ever seen in my life. And at the same time, this interview was hilarious. It was hilarious. I never heard a grown man say that he went over to negotiate a fight by himself, without managers, without anybody around him, by himself, go into a back room with a bunch of men and negotiate for 9 hours. That's crazy. I never heard nothing like that. I never heard nothing like that before. And then all of a sudden, he talking about the respect that he gave Canelo. When after Spence fight, he said, thank you in the ring, because Spence is the one who made the fight. I wasn't going to give him no more than 30% of the tape. Why? Earl was the A side. Earl decided to give up his A side status and to let
All right, David, you
Bud
got to
go.
land your plane. I gotta pass the mic, bro.
Yeah,
Okay.
but what I'm saying, this it's ridiculous. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? This was a funny interview, and I land my plane on that.
All right. All right. All right. Now that's your 2 cents, David. I don't agree with I don't think it was the scripted to me. I understand your 2 cents. Glazy, yes. I didn't get scripted though. Terrence, best videos. What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
What up, 2 cents for the panel? Just real quick. Great interview. Um, Especially the part where he talked about money isn't everything. I think hopefully Tank. Hey, listen to that part. Money isn't everything, brother. A lot more things important than money, like legacy.
But
But
he
I'm off
negotiated
that
for
side. But I'm off that topic. I'm off of that topic. He said we said 9 hours. That man negotiated. That's why I'm telling you that man is different, bro. He built different. And I'm sorry, these other boxing fans just can't understand that when it comes to stuff that man put his mind to, he could do almost do anything. You see the picture. You got him walking on water. I mean, damn near can. I mean, you
Yeah,
know
yeah,
it.
man.
Two
Put
cents.
that
That's why you
picture
got
up,
the
two
picture
cents.
up there.
Put that
That man
picture up,
is
two
built
cents, because this
different.
guy, man, turns on some.
Tell him that he built different.
Listen,
Man, put that.
It's crazy, and I know you
I
guys. Some of you
believe in
guys are
Bud more than
upset
white
about that.
Jesus.
Some of you guys are upset about that.
I believe in
And,
Bud more
and
than white
shout out to
Jesus.
the hey, and shout out to the gentleman that's an amateur that's going to follow Bud's footsteps. I'm hoping a lot of these kids are going to take his mentality rather than the tank mentality. And I'm glad you're doing it. I'm hoping more kids out there because we need those type of killers out there in the sport because it makes the sport interesting. Makes the sport interesting. We don't want money men coming up here.
Hey,
We want
hey,
guys like Crawford.
just for
So thank
clarification,
you for
bro.
following Bud footsteps, brother. I
Nah,
appreciate
nah,
it.
Hey,
just for
I'm gonna land.
clarification, I'm
I'm gonna
39
land my
years old,
plane
man.
there.
I'm about to fight in a 35 and older league. I'm a little late to the game. I gotta, you
hey,
understand me?
hey,
It
hey,
was
listen. Hey, hey, 2 cents. We all not turns though, man. We ain't bring up Tank. I don't know why he brought up Tank, but we ain't.
man. You always up here slanging shots, Rich, and they be
No,
up
no,
here
no.
hating in real time.
No, I'm not. I don't agree with Terrence when he keep bringing up Tank. This ain't about Tank right now, man.
That's what I'm saying. This all about Bud. This the Bud show. Y'all steady bringing up Tank.
Nigga
I'm trying
Terrence
to talk
Hey,
Tank.
about Bud, bro.
Isaiah, I'm going
I'm
for the
trying to
stoppage,
talk
though.
about Bud.
Isaiah, I'm going for the stoppage in
NHA,
my first
what's your
amateur
two
bout,
cents?
though.
NHA, what you got for the show?
What's the word, 2 cents? What's the word?
What up?
Chat and panel. Chilling, chilling. Before I get into my point and say, I'm seriously concerned, man. Has anybody did wellness check on Cash Crypto? Because I ain't seen my man in since the fight.
Hey,
I mean, I could be wrong.
why this bitch nigga Isaiah always got something to say, man?
Rich, stop doing that, bro. Stop it. No, I haven't talked to Cash Crypto, but I'll see if I can reach out to him.
Yeah, man. Tell him it's okay, man. Pull his shit up, man. Motherfuckers get beat every day.
Man,
But
ain't nobody worried about y'all.
I'm just saying, man. He disappeared, man. After because he was one of the most adamant that Buzz gonna get knocked the fuck out in like 3 rounds and shit or whatnot. But anyway, back to the
Hold on. Shout out
interview.
to Alan Sosan. My bad, NHA. Let me get this cash app. Shout out to Alan Sosan with the $5 in the cash app. He says for support. Shout out to Alan Sosan for supporting the channel. Go ahead, NHA.
Yeah, so as far as the interview, it was insightful. He repeated a lot of stuff. A lot of us fans, already knew about. Other than the 9 hour negotiation and a couple other things, shit. But and to my man's point is, just him sitting there. I mean, I wouldn't advise it. You should always go in with somebody and shit. You know what I'm saying, to negotiate with you. But that's the type of what I'm saying, man. He is. He feels he can get shit done on his own, and if he ain't gotta pay somebody, what I'm saying, because he's cheap. He already admit he's cheap. He probably didn't want to have to pay a manager and advisor to go in and help negotiate. I don't know. But it just shows you the determination that man has. He sat there for 9 hours and shit, you know what I'm saying? Basically, playing chicken with them or whatnot until somebody blinks and shit. Until they probably like, yo, fuck it. Just give this man something in so he can get the fuck out of here. But yeah, I mean, and the other thing too that confuses me is just like, it just befuddles me. It's like, why does he get so much hate? I mean, I don't really understand it. This is by all accounts, he's the type of you know what I'm saying. My kids, my kids are older now, they're grown and shit, but that's somebody I would want my kids to look up to. And I know some, what I'm saying, some folks in here probably don't have kids in a sense, older and shit, or they maybe have to get kids. Just like, how do you idolize
Nah, that's some real shit, man. I ain't gonna
motherfuckers?
lie. I had to give it to you on that one, man. Like, I don't know
Be
how
quiet, Rich. It's not your turn, bro. Let
that's
them
real
talk.
right there, man. Go ahead.
It's
Rich,
My
just
bad,
it,
Anisha.
it's just weird. It's just like you got, what I'm saying, you got people who you would think have some, what I'm saying, common sense. They would I won't say idolize. They fan for what I'm saying, these fighters out here, what I'm saying, hanging around with heathens, you know, claiming, what I'm saying, this and that and shit, getting arrested and shit. I'm not gonna say no names, there's more than you names and shit, but have nothing negative to say about such a positive brother that does so much for his family, his community. I mean, he just told you, what I'm saying, he let the cat out the bag. He owns goddamn a whole block and shit of houses. And I'm pretty sure, what I'm saying, he rent them shits out, what I'm saying. I'm not
That
gonna get in his
sound like
pockets.
what Tank doing in B-more.
Right?
That's
I
funny.
mean, Tank did that, but what I'm saying, allegedly he paid somebody to what I'm saying, to burn them shits down
No,
and collect his
Tank
funds. I mean,
Tank
I'm just saying
doing that.
allegedly. I don't know.
NHA,
And
stop
he
it,
ain't
NHA. Stop
cut
it,
that
NHA.
bullshit out,
It could
man.
be,
Finish
Come on.
saying
no,
what you
no,
saying, bro.
I'm messing around,
Finish saying
But
what you saying, bro.
I just had to throw that in there. But yeah, he does that. You know what I'm saying? He built a whole gym and shit. You know what I'm saying? For all the fighters get free membership, all the kids get free membership, learn boxing for free. It's like, how does somebody like that get so much hate from what I'm saying, specifically from his own kind? Is I just can't wrap my head around it. But this is the world we live in nowadays and shit. But
I can't wrap my
that's all
head
I got for now.
around that
Is
either.
that everybody? I guess panel open now.
I
But
can't
Anybody
wrap
else
my
want
head
to speak?
around that either.
It's a
How a
button.
man gets so much hate
Hey,
that do for his
2 cents.
community, do for his
Blaze P2P.
people,
Hold on. Time out. Blaze
buy
P2P.
his
Why you in my
buy his
background?
flock.
Hold on, David. Blaze
Hmm.
P2P. Why you in my background? And you on the panel.
Hey, 2 cents.
Like I was saying, I can't see how you can have so much hate for a guy that buys his block back
Blaze,
in
is that
real estate, building homes for people
you?
who are
Blaze.
lower
Hold on,
income
David.
in,
Hold on.
in his
Hey.
community. I'm like, come on, I
Blaze
don't
P2P.
understand that hate.
Nah. You 100% right,
Blaze.
Dave. You 100% right, David. But guess what?
Blaze P2P. Is that you?
Yeah, that's me. That's me. I had to jump out and jump back in.
All right, hey, David, you 100% right, but you just came up here and everything that you had bad about the interview was minor stuff. You just hate on the misdemeanor stuff. And
Rich.
second, as
Everybody can have their own
no,
opinions, bro.
I'm
Stop
just
telling
saying,
people
it was
names and all
all
that.
misdemeanor stuff. It wasn't
And it
nothing
was facts.
out of the
I spoke
ordinary or
facts.
whatever. But long story short,
Tank ain't never sold drugs.
but long story short, right? This is why I want to say. This is
Yeah,
why I
all
want to
right.
say to. This is why I want to say to the whole panel. Did y'all notice that Terence Crawford sat back and told us that he was upset about not winning the Fight of the Year award and all that stuff? The man, 38 years old, he just got to get in the fight with Canelo. Got paid probably one of the highest paydays that he ever had, and he's talking about winning the Fight of the Year. And y'all talking about Terence Crawford not chasing legacies just because he went in negotiations for 9 hours. People go in
Who said he
negotiations.
not chasing legacy, Rich?
People go into negotiations for days, weeks, and stuff like that.
Who
Don't
said
get
he
it
not
twisted.
went for legacy? Nobody said
I
that.
never said that.
No, I'm
I
just
never
letting y'all.
said that.
I'm just letting y'all know that he up there talking about fights. Why he ain't get this? Why he ain't get that? That's what he mad about. You ain't hear one time complain about no money on that interview, but he complained about
Hold up.
fights.
If he was saying that, then that is complaining, Rich.
I said he's up there complaining about not being fighter of the year. That's what type of mentality he has. He's
So
not
he's
up there complaining.
complaining.
Yeah, so what? He complained about fight like getting fighter of the year. That's like if you know you deserve something, you gonna complain like, damn, I should have got it, right?
He also complained and put a lie on PBC like they was blackballing
He didn't
him.
even say PBC. He said Top Rank and all these other promotions. You see how badly
Yeah,
you listen?
whatever. Yeah,
You see
he
how you
did
Hey,
gotta
say
that was
split
my
PBC.
right?
question. What other promoters, Rich? That's
I
what
mean, and
Yeah.
other promoters.
like I
That's what I was
said,
asking. That was my
like I
question.
like
What other
like
promo? Let me ask the question, Rich. Let me ask the
yeah.
question. What other promoters blackballed him and was saying he didn't sell and stuff like that besides Top Rank? That was my question.
Like I said in the comments, man, we only fans. We not in the backgrounds. We not nowhere near what's going on. It's a lot of stuff going on in any industry that you ever get in, any job that you get in, that's going on in the background, and you might not be part of it. You still outside looking in. So we don't know what he's talking about, but we can't sit back and say that he's lying because
we can't sit back and say he's telling the truth.
yeah, we can't sit back and say he's telling the truth at all.
I
We
can
can't
tell
sit back
when
and say he's
somebody
lying.
lying.
So you either gonna fall on one side or the other with it, whatever.
Exactly.
I'm just trying to see, like, I was
Exactly.
curious if y'all had like.
Sometimes we just don't have to say nothing though. If we really don't know.
Well, if you know the seven pantomimes, you'll be able to tell when somebody's lying.
Well, you can't tell people not to say nothing, Rich. Like, I don't understand what you mean by that.
No, I
because you come up here and talk about shit you really don't know all the time. So I mean, you shouldn't say nothing.
Hey, I got a question for David.
Hey, stop the gaslighting and trying to switch things around on me. We talking about Terence Crawford, the greatest right now.
You just said people shouldn't say nothing. I'm not trying to switch it on.
We in it, as Blaze say, we in the Terence Crawford era.
This is the Bud Crawford era.
Yeah.
You funny. Y'all some funny cats, yo.
Just sit back and watch,
The
homie. This is
nigga
time.
only could draw in Omaha, Nebraska.
And he's the best right
This
now.
is a legit
He's
question
the
for.
face of boxing.
I'm feeling like real cool live. Who got hit with the checkmate?
Oh man.
But no, I think it was a decent interview. Some things I didn't agree with. Some things I mean, he did agree with. He did say some real things in the interview. I mean, I'm gonna be objective about it. I'm not gonna come on here and just, I don't know, act like y'all be acting, but I'm gonna be honest. So it is what it is.
Hey, David. Can I ask David a question? My man David, let me ask you a question, right?
Rich, you got a mute. You sound like you got an ocean in the background.
That's not me.
A million people out here.
I want to ask David a question since he's he's legit the only Tank super fan up in here.
Tank super fan.
Would you want your
What?
son? Let's just put it hypothetically. Would you want your son to you know if he was to pick who would you want your son to emulate? Would it be Tank or Bud in life
Tank.
in general?
Tank.
So you prefer your son to be involved in multiple domestic disputes, get arrested, rather than just
You
being an
don't
upstanding
know
citizen.
what Bud, just because
Well,
you know
hold
what
up,
Tank
hold
is
up, hold up.
involved in, you don't
As is
know
Hold up,
what
now.
hold
Bud
up.
is involved in ain't changed. What are you
Hey,
talking
I'm
two,
about?
talking about
two.
as is now.
Nothing to
I'm
Hey,
do
talking
with
about
sis.
this.
Hey,
as is
sis.
now.
I got
Nothing to
this.
do with
I
this
got
right
this. I got this, sis.
Tay be saying, you
Sis.
should want
I
your
got
son to look
this.
He
up to
said that
you. That's what
proudly.
No,
you should
hold on,
want your
hold on,
son
hold
to
up.
look up to. You should want your
I
son
got
to look up
this.
to you. That
Hey,
should be the
sis.
answer.
Sis. I got this. I got this. All right. Number one, my son always looks up to me. Number two, I wouldn't want my son to have as a secondary idol a person who was going around selling drugs at the age of 15, walking around with over 15 G's in his pocket. I would not want my son to be out cheating and shooting dice and get shot for it. I would not have my son, once he have 6 kids by one woman, which by any spiritual mean or religious mean, that woman is his wife, common law. Go have a side chick with a baby. I would
So
not
again,
have my. Hold up, I'm not finished.
oh, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
I'm running down the line since
Nah,
you
he
asked
got
the
a point,
Okay.
question.
NHA. He got a point, NHA.
Let
I'm
them
laying
answer.
down.
Y'all ask
You
them a
do?
question. Let
No,
them
no,
Let
answer.
me finish.
no,
I'm
you finish.
answering that question. I'm not finished answering that question. I'm answering that one question, and I'm giving you every example.
Let's
I
go.
would not have my son looking up to someone who goes around and blatantly lies in interview after interview, contradicting himself in each other interview in order to make himself seem like he's a new man working with a publicity firm that handles him. I would not have my son following somebody like that. People's
So
But
actions speak
but
more.
but
Excuse me,
but you
excuse
name
me.
so
Let me finish
David,
well,
this
yeah, yeah,
so
statement.
okay.
Dave,
We
Let
get
me
the
finish
gist.
David,
this
We
so
get
name
statement.
it.
all name
I thought you
No,
already
no,
hold
did.
on,
no.
name
I'm gonna
all the stuff
finish
that
this
name all the
statement.
stuff
I'm
about
gonna
name all
finish.
the stuff
I'm
about
gonna
Tank
finish
now.
this.
All right, let him
Name
finish.
all
Let
the
him
I'm gonna
stuff
finish
that
the
finish
Tank
soliloquy.
this.
prophesied.
Let him
Let him
finish.
finish.
I'm gonna finish this statement. I would not have them follow someone like that or look up to someone like that and to play with God and whatever. Just because he's being interviewed by a pastor, he says one thing. And when he's interviewed by Cigar Talk, he says another. No, I would have my son going about and walking a straight line to be his own individual in life. And
So
I
the question,
am the one that he looks up to. And
cool.
I lead by
The question was
example.
either Tank or Bud. So you said you rather your
It's
son
really a dumbass
follow
question,
it.
though. To be
I
honest
mean,
with
you're saying
Oh,
it is not really, but it's. But
damn,
let me
do you want me? Oh, I'll run down the tank side
so
for you too. Number one,
I don't.
the domestic disputes that Tank had was by
Mhm.
his baby mother. I don't know what
All
their
four of them.
relationship. Hold up,
All
let
four
me
of them.
finish. Let me
He had all
finish.
four.
Listen to
It
him.
was
Listen
No, no,
to
only
no,
him.
no. You
one
already
of them.
finished. You
No,
already
no,
picked your choice.
nigga.
You already picked your
Let me
choice. You
speak.
Listen
picked
to
your
how
Let
he
choice.
me
conquered
speak.
You
The
already
only
picked your
one.
choice, my guy.
Hey,
Listen. I
NHA,
didn't.
let him talk. Let
I
I
him
don't.
talk
didn't.
because he
You
I
trying to
didn't.
already
repeat himself.
picked
Let
your
him talk.
Number
choice.
Let him
one,
talk.
I
Let
did
him
not
talk.
contradict anything.
Let him
Number
talk. This shit
one.
gonna be funny. Let him
Number
talk.
one. Number one. There was only one baby mother who he has disagreements
he,
with.
he
And
got
that
four
one
domestic
baby
assaults.
mama, and that one baby mama went on and put charges on him twice, and then recant the story twice, two times in a row. Plain
You
and
want this?
simple. That's the evidence
So
of it.
you
And
want your
that's
son to be a simp?
hold up,
Come on, David. Y'all gotta land y'all
hold
plane.
up.
Right.
My
Yeah, he
son
got
is
land and
not
shit.
growing.
Let him
Not, my
talk,
son
man.
is not growing up to be a simp. Oh, so you a simp
Cause that's what Tank is. He's a
if
simp.
you
He went back to the same
so
broad.
you a simp,
Hold on.
you a
That's
simp.
Land your plane, David, because we about to move on. Because this is
No, these niggas up here trying to answer me, want me to answer their questions, but at the same time, they don't accept the
would you
answers.
want your
While
son
one
wearing
try
a
to laugh,
would
and
you
he
want your
gonna
son
try to
rocking a
ask
purple
me
purse?
question after question after question. Number one, I only answered one of your questions, and that's all I'm gonna answer.
all
Everything
right, let's
else
pass
you
the
think
mic. Let's
about,
pass the
keep
mic.
that to yourself.
We're not. This question doesn't even make any sense.
I yield
Well,
my
it do
time.
though, man. It's
I
like
yield my
people
time to
idolize
the rest of the
y'all
haters
idolize
of
the
the
wrong
face of
idols.
boxing.
You
The
can't
face
tell.
of boxing.
You should first of all, you shouldn't be idolizing nobody.
I mean, but it
And
is
I
what it is though.
don't nobody
Kids do
idolize nobody. You
kids do
idolize
idolize.
Bud. You
I
idolize
don't.
Bud.
I actually don't.
But yes, you do. Everything
I
you
never.
just finished saying, you idolize Bud.
What I lie
So,
about Bud
hey,
about?
go ahead and pick. I say
Hey,
you
David.
idolize him. You
Name me.
idolize him.
Hey,
Idolizing
two.
is making excuses
Hey,
for
two.
fuck shit, like y'all do for
That's not
Tank.
what idolizing is. You need a
Tank been
dictionary.
arrested.
David. Hey, Dave.
You
Tank
need
been
a
arrested like
Hey,
dictionary.
David.
3 times
You need a
for the same motherfucking
dictionary.
It ain't
thing.
You
say.
need
It
to
ain't
read the
say. It ain't
dictionary and
say.
the
Hold on,
thesaurus
David.
Yeah.
Hold on,
because
David. It
that's
ain't
not
say.
what idolize means.
We're not talking about Tank right now, bro. We're talking about Bud. Okay. We're not talking
Hey,
about Tank and how many times he got arrested. We're not doing none of that. Bud just got arrested. Like, what are we not doing
Yeah,
none of
that's
that.
crazy. Yeah.
So go ahead,
Bud
Rich.
sold drugs.
Bud did not get arrested. Bud
Bud
did not get
sold
arrested.
drugs. Bud
He got
sold
detained.
drugs. He tore down his community by selling drugs.
See, now you lying, because when did Bud ever say he sold drugs?
How the fuck else do a 15-year-old get 15 G's or whatever in his pocket?
I don't fucking know, but you now you're making
Yeah,
shit
all
up.
right. Yeah, all
He
right.
said he was
That's
hustling.
called hate.
Yeah, all right.
He
Yeah,
just
all
said
right.
he was hustling in the interview, NHA.
That motherfucker could have been hustling anything. How you know it's drugs?
What you got, Rich? Because NHA trying to argue.
I'm not.
You breaking
Oh,
up,
this shit
Rich.
sound crazy.
Rich. You breaking up, Rich.
Hold, you can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, Buzz, he got money from his job and this little boxing stuff. I agree with David until he had everything good to say about Tank. He brought up everything about Tank, and then he started saying some stuff about some bullshit like he did this, he did that. I agree with everything, but damn, you should at least kept it real on Tank too, man. That just showed us the difference, though. I feel like y'all
Number
both
one,
right, though.
Tank was in the gym. He
I
wasn't
feel like
out
y'all
selling
both.
drugs.
I feel like y'all both right. I mean, you stepped back and said Tank got it from one of his baby mothers, but then criticized Crawford for having two baby mothers. Like same with Tank. You see how you don't be making sense
But
sometimes,
Crawford
man.
is married. But Crawford is
He
Bud
married.
Crawford is
not
not
married.
married. He's not
He's
married.
Crawford is
common law.
not married.
He's married
He's
by
not
common
married.
law with 6 kids by one
He
woman.
ain't fucking
That's
married.
common
He
law. And they
ain't
live together.
he
That's
ain't married.
common law.
He ain't married, and you in Maryland too, so you don't even know about common law.
That's
They don't even
common
got
law
that.
marriage. I'm in Maryland.
Yeah,
I'm
and they
in
ain't even got
Maryland.
that in
Yeah.
Maryland. They ain't even
Yeah,
got that in
they
Maryland.
do.
So how you
Yeah,
know
they
about it?
do. Yeah, they
No, they
do.
don't. They
Tell
ain't got
that
no.
to the
What
What
nigga
does
that go down
what
to
does this have to do
courthouse
with the
with
interview,
more than.
y'all? What does this have to do with the interview,
It
y'all? This
just
is
shows
about
that they full of
so
bullshit and they upset and they
y'all talking
crying.
about Tank and
Nah,
false
we laughing at you.
Yeah.
like, come on, bro. We talking about the interview. We talking about
You
the interview.
know, hey,
NHA
they
too
can't.
said he would love for his kids to look up to Crawford and be like Crawford and whatever he just said because he admired Crawford that much, and that's his 2 cents. If he would want his kids to be like Crawford, then that's fine. If somebody else would admires Tank, then that's fine also. Like the issue don't
Nah, it's
be
not.
that y'all have the exactly if that's the problem, y'all want to tell people what to think, what to feel, who they should admire. You cannot do that. If people want to fighters want to come up and my son say Tank his favorite fighter. So like what is the problem? Tank is his favorite fighter. None of these fighters are perfect. All of these fighters be doing some bullshit and getting in trouble for shit. Like stop acting like
Exactly.
Stop acting like oh you were Terence Crawford on this moral high horse and all this other shit. Like y'all stop that. He's not. He's just
They
like
he
the rest of
Nah,
these other fighters, bro. Like I don't
they
understand.
he who
Nah,
is
he
without
Tank a little
sin
different, man.
cast the first stone.
nah,
The
he ain't
he
like the
who is
regular all these
without
regular
sin
fighters.
cast the
That's why he
first
where he at right
stone.
now.
Hey,
The
listen,
he
man.
who is
I don't.
without sin cast the
Hey,
first
Come
hey,
stone.
on, David.
check
Go
this
ahead,
out.
Blaze.
So
Check
stop
this
casting
out.
them stones at Bud.
Ain't
Hey, real
nobody
quick,
casting
y'all.
no
You
stones at
hypocrites.
blood, bro. Be
Hey,
quiet,
hey,
bro.
You
real
don't
quick.
want casting
Go
stones.
ahead. Hey, I'm
Hey,
about to mute y'all. Go ahead, Blaze.
real quick. This is 2 cent boxing, so we talking about boxing, right? So when it comes to personal matters and speculating and guessing on who did what and when outside of the ring and outside of the sport, that's just when it goes left. So it's like, we talking about denigrating people's personal lives. You don't know what that man's personal life is with his spouse, what that man's personal life is with his other kids baby mother. We don't know that. That's his personal business. For people to cast judgments and say, oh, he's this and that because of his personal life, it's like, hey man, you got a personal life in which if people knew your business, they could be saying whatever, right? And that's not what this is about. So, like I said, I'm a Tank fan. I might disagree with certain things about Tank, but you're not gonna hear me talk about his personal issues with his baby mama or Devin Haney or any of them for that matter, because that's their personal issues. And here on these forums, we're talking about boxing. We're talking about what it takes to get into the ring, and then we're talking about what actually goes on inside the ring. So, with all due respect, man, I would ask all y'all we can go back and forth for hours about people's personal lives, who's doing what with who, but that ain't the point of what this forum and this platform is about. And I'll land my plane right there.
Yes, we're talking about the interview. Like I don't
True
understand
that.
why y'all trying to
True
bring all
that.
that extra shit into it. We're not talking about none of that.
Exactly. None of that stuff was in the interview.
True that.
So I was asking Rich before we even got into all of this, what promoters besides Top Rank had blackballed him. And then my question was, why did he stay at Top Rank for so long if he was getting treated like that?
Yeah, exactly. He re-upped, didn't he? He
Hey,
signed a new contract,
hey,
didn't he?
hey, hey,
Yeah.
hey, I don't know why I don't know why David just got mad about that. That's his business. But what I was basically
I
saying
didn't
was
get
that
mad.
I was basically saying, like I said before, man, that at the end of the day, right? We know about when he said people blackballed him. He said Top Rank. That's a fact. Then he said other promoters. Now we don't know if it's true or false, but it's coming out of his mouth. So I'm gonna take him on his word. You know what I'm saying? And I can't. I ain't hear nobody else dispute it or any other promoters dispute it. So I'm taking him on his word. That's all. And we don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
Well, I
That's
mean,
how I
like
feel.
you've
That's
accomplished
how I
this.
feel.
This is my only thing about the blackball, right? That I really don't understand. You've accomplished so much. How can you say you were blackball, right? Like you 3-time undisputed, you 5 division champion, you did all of this in 6 fights, and then you say, "Oh, I
Hey,
was blackballed."
I'm hey,
Like
I'm gonna
it's
show
like
you.
how
He had to
I'm gonna show
overcome
you.
some obstacles. That's what it
I'm gonna
means.
show you. I'm gonna show you a tweet, 2 Cent. I'm gonna show you a tweet when Terence Crawford. Anybody that know about this on the panel or one of the Bud Crawford hating fans know about this. I'm gonna show you a tweet when he sat back and said this, and this is recently. He said, "Man, I can't. Fundora next. He had his eyes on Fundora. He put something about Fundora. Earl Spence said, you gotta wait. You gotta wait in line. Basically saying, nigga, it's PBC over here, man. You gotta wait in line for Fundora, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So it's already there, and he ain't even had. He just got off a lost
but
fight,
just
Earl
because you're
Spence.
not getting
He
your
got
way don't mean you being
you know what
blackballed.
you know what Terence Crawford had to do. Terence Crawford, I know he was like this. Damn, this nigga right. I bet you Terence Crawford was like that. Damn, this nigga right. It's a
But
difference, though,
Rich, this
man.
the thing, right? Just because you're not getting
It's
your way, don't mean you being blackballed, bro.
True that. And just because you disagree,
it's
don't mean that you hating. Whenever you put up facts and you speak them, don't mean that you're hating. Like if I go here and bring up the fact that Bud hasn't defended any of his undefeated titles to give anybody the shot to try to take it from him, like guys gave him a shot to become undisputed.
Well, we just speaking about the
That's not
interview.
hating.
That's another thing. Rich and
man.
NHA and Hayes.
Hmm?
What do y'all think about him saying like, well, I'm not gonna fight these people now because I'm the meal ticket, and now everybody want to fight me. Like, don't y'all think that that's how
I
it
mean,
should be?
I mean,
like I told someone on another channel, right? First of all, we seen it in the one fighter that he said. I don't know about Virgil, but the one fighter, he didn't even want to move up to 154 last year, this February that just passed. February that just passed. He didn't want to move up to 154 to fight Virgil Ortiz. He said out his mouth. His trainer said out his mouth. He said, I don't know nothing about that. If it ain't come from me, don't even hear about it. I'm staying at 147. So if he
This ain't
moved to
about
154,
boots.
wait, hold on. So when a person say that when he was talking about Boots, he like damn, and then he was thinking about that he already offered him a fight before at 147 when they was nothing.
Bro,
They ain't had shit. He offered them
when
niggas a fight.
David, wait,
That's what he said.
David, stop. Let him talk.
He offered them niggas a fight when they ain't have shit and they turned it down.
Crawford didn't
So he do
offer
that.
nobody no fight, bro. When did he offer Boots a
not
fight?
at
We're not finna get
147.
into that, but I do not believe that BLK, they might have tried to make a fight or whatever, but when they found out, like they said, they did not have Bud Crawford under contract. They didn't have any real bearings or ties to Crawford. I just don't really feel like that
but
was a legitimate call out, and I honestly don't believe you was about to fight Boots right before you
Nope.
fought Earl Spence. I don't think
but
Look,
but so Crawford
look,
he admitted said he that they reached he had Desmond reach out on his behalf. So how the fuck did you not have Bud if Crawford said he had Desmond from BLK reach out on his behalf to try to make a fight with Boots? I mean, we could dance around it, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the reason the fight did not take place is because Espinoza, quote unquote, you know what I'm saying, didn't want to step on Spencer's toe. But ain't got nothing to do with shit, you know what I'm saying, with Boots not being out for the fight.
Because it wouldn't even make a sense. It wouldn't even make sense to make that fight. It wouldn't make sense for Boots, Bud, or Spence to make a Boots and Crawford fight right before he fights Spence. That shit don't make no sense.
But at the time, the negotiation was already, you know what I'm saying, was teetering on, you know what I'm saying, off like falling apart. You gotta understand, when he reached out to Boots, it was like right after the Avenesian fight.
This not even a conversation. We're not finna go down this rabbit
Nah, cool.
My point is, when you quote unquote,
Bozy admitted to it.
Shouldn't people be trying to fight you, right or wrong?
Yeah, but is he wrong though for, you know what I'm saying, for giving them, you know, motherfuckers I was giving them the same treatment?
Man, listen, Bud A side. This is what it looked like when you A side. Any side you
Exactly.
ain't. So it's like,
So now
listen,
this is
he
what it
he
look
get
like
the
when you
control.
side. Okay.
Nah.
Yes, when you have all the leverage.
I feel like he should get him a fight at 168. I bet you they ain't gonna move up there.
Yeah, they're not going up there though, Rich. You know that.
Because look, we seen it all. We seen it already. Boots ain't want to move up to 154 for Virgil.
Because Boots was trying to unify at 47. Like, say what it really
and then
was.
He trying to do that 154.
He didn't want to go with them 54 version, but want to do 152 for Haney. It's scandalous.
I mean, these is neither here nor there, man. At the end of the day, let's hope Boots handle his business next week, and then we can see him fight for a belt or something.
Bottom line is this:
he fighting for a belt next week.
Oh, what is it, interim or something? What are you fighting for?
No, he fighting for the what is it, IBO or something like that?
That shit is some garbage. The garbages of all garbage belt.
No, he ain't
You
fighting
know
for
what,
the
though?
main belt. Is it the Fort Main belt?
Nah, he ain't
You know what?
It's an IBO, some weird belt.
For the IBO. He fighting for the IBO belt. So
it's
whatever you want to call it. Hold on, let me talk.
Oh,
Let me talk. If y'all want to jump through hoops, discredited, it ain't this, it ain't that.
We're not discredited.
Whatever your feelings are about it, he's fighting for the IBO belt.
Hey, we're just getting clarification, 2 cents. Like, I just want to clarify that IBO ain't involved in if you was going for undisputed. That's not one of the 4 titles. Nobody's discredited. We're just gonna name what it is.
I didn't say y'all were. I'm talking about the people in the chat. I'm talking to everybody. I'm speaking in general.
But you know what? You know what's funny?
I was about to say.
You know what's funny?
I was about to say because Terence Crawford and Tank and Shakur, they probably have 1 million of them type of belts.
You know what?
Nobody caring about
you
them
know.
belts.
You know what? I find it funny that none of y'all constantly forget the fact that Bud said out of his mouth, I never have any intention on fighting Jerron Ennis.
All right, hold on, y'all. Before we go through that, we about to go and let everybody get their final 2 cents off. Thank y'all for joining me today. Rich, you got to mute. Thank y'all for joining me today for the interview, the live review. Y'all let me know and drop below your 2 cents if you're watching the replay, what you thought about the interview. I felt like some parts was cool. You know, he said some things I agree with. He said some things I didn't agree with. He felt like he did a little capping. Felt like Andre Ward did a lot of glazing, but it is what it is. It's just my 2 cents about the interview. Overall, it was cool. I give it a 6 out of 10. But David, what's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
My final 2 cents is this. Y'all just can't take the fact that when this interview went through and 2 Cent broke it down, the bottom line was this. He lied. He capped like crazy in this interview. He was inconsistent in this interview. And at the same time, he's just, man, it's ridiculous. The lengths that this promotional firm is going through to try to change the narrative on him and to brainwash cats into believing that he's like this, when we all know, who knows the truth, that he's like that. It's just plain to see that you guys are so upset that Bud Crawford shows that he is so much full of shit like Shakur Stevenson underwear. And I land my plane on that.
Wow. Wow. Thank you,
Man, I
David, for
nigga
coming
hate,
up.
man.
NHA, what's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Lord have mercy. If a hater had a picture,
What's your
I'm
two
pretty
cents, bro?
sure
We don't need to
it
go
would
through
be
all that.
David
What's your
Lynch.
2 cents? What's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Yeah, so yeah, I like the interview, but like I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of stuff he said. A lot of people that follow Bud kind of was already up to it, up on it. And one thing I'll say, because as far as because I keep hearing for I'm saying from the track that said, oh well, why Bud, I'm saying, re-sign with a top rank if he has so much this and this and that to say about them if they were promoting them right. Bud, when Bud, I'm saying, prior to Bud re-signing, top rank was doing them right. They gave, I'm saying, he they gave him that title shot in 147 shit after homeboy he beat after thing be Pacquiao.
Jeff Horn, Pacquiao. Yeah.
Yeah. The problem started right when Bud Bud re-signed. He re-signed in in contingent that I'm saying, but Top Rank's gonna do all they can to secure him, give him the big fights, either Pacquiao or Spence. And if y'all can remember, I don't know if y'all know or not. There was a stipulation in the contract where it says if Bob Arum or Top Rank couldn't secure the Spence fight, Bud was due a certain amount of money, extra. So he signed that contract right before the pandemic hit. Once the pandemic hit, yeah, Bud got his money, but because we couldn't get, much of a crowd, in the stands and shit, for Bob to try to recoup some of that money, that's when Bob Bob Hayden asked, and that's what he does and shit. If he feels, some type of way, he has no problem, shitting on his own fighters. Because rumor had it that he asked Bud to restructure his contract because because of the COVID restrictions. And Bud told him, nah, go eat a dick. I'm not restructuring nothing. So that Bud made Bob furious, and that's when he came out with start saying, I lost all this money. I could have built a mansion in Beverly Hills. Yeah, okay. It's not Bud's fault that, the pandemic hit and he's not, you're not able to recoup, the money you wanted to. But that's when Bud started complaining about Top Rank, is after he resigned, not before he resigned. So y'all can kill that narrative. Oh, why did he resign if he was Top Rank? If Top Rank would treat him like shit. Prior to that, Top Rank was doing him good. Top Rank put him in position, got him undisputed. At 140, made him lineal and unified at 135. So they did their job. It's after he resigned that Bob, started feeling some type of way, and I think it's due in part because the whole COVID situation and not being able to recoup some of that money and shit, because he did pay Bud a lot of money and shit up front. But that's all I got. Y'all be easy. Have a great rest of y'all week.
Shout out NHA for coming up. Rich, what's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Man, my final 2 cents is, man, in Blaze words, we in the Bud era. I wouldn't give a damn if he go down to 160. He wait for them niggas to collect the belt. He take one belt from one of them niggas and go undisputed. I wouldn't give a damn if he did that. Y'all keep talking about why he ain't go undisputed and fight people after he went undisputed, because he beat the second best guy or the first best guy undisputed. That's why he don't do that shit. What the fuck he look like fighting the leftovers? Sometimes y'all don't really be making sense. Like who the fuck would he want to fight? He just beat Canelo. Canelo could beat everybody at 168. You can have your doubts and say, oh, this guy Mike could beat him. This guy can do that. So what the fuck he look like?
Canelo ain't beating everybody at 68. Stop it, Rich. You seen who Canelo was fighting at 168. He wasn't even fighting people at 168. He was bringing people up. Rich, what are you talking about, Rich? You breaking up.
like I
breaking up,
said, like I
Rich.
said, Canelo was the best fight. Can you get me?
Nah, you say
You
something?
get me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
You get me?
Yeah,
Can
I
you
can
hear
hear
me?
you now.
Like
I
I
can hear you
said,
now.
Canelo was the best person. Canelo was the best person at 168, and he's arguably in the top 3 or top 4, the best fighter in the past 10 years. So I don't know where you get people at 168 is better than Canelo. They resume don't show it. They act nothing about them show it that they better than Canelo.
I didn't say they was
168.
better than Canelo. I'm just saying that just because you beat Canelo don't mean you can beat everybody at 168, Rich. That's all I'm saying.
What I'm saying is that people get mad that he don't defend his undisputed titles after he beat the number 1 guy. I don't get it. So what you want him to fight the number 3 guy now, the number 4 guy, he already proved what he had to prove. So
I mean, wouldn't you fight the number 2 guy? Ain't that what the fans want? The best fighting the best?
I'd rather for him to do what I think he gonna do and I want him to do is fight the number 1 guy at 160 and let him collect all them belts so he could take that shit. Yeah, that's how a real Crawford fan get down.
Okay.
I'm gone. Y'all be safe.
Right. Shout out Rich Blaze, P for P. Close us out. What's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
You know what it is. This is the Bud Crawford era. And I'm more of a boxing fan than a Bud fan. I just see what I see, and Bud's the greatest right now. And I would just say this, you know, I think the theme of Bud's career is he turns somebody's and nobody's. If you start with Gamboa being on the pound for pound list, calling him
Hold
little
on,
baby Mike Tyson.
let me get the drop. Did you say he turned nobodies to somebody's?
No, he turned
On my way to Vegas. September 13th, I'm getting. We going to take. Yeah, no silver spoons. No silver spoons. 3-time undisputed champion on the way. You don't get no better than that. Let's go make history.
Anybody can be nobody. Shout out to Bud.
Anybody can be nobody. And so, you know, we got to see in this interview, we got to see him do his victory lap. We got to see him talk his stuff after, you know, putting on an amazing performance in front of 70,000 people inside the Allegiant Stadium, and over 41 million people viewed it on Netflix. You know, he then finally broke through with a spectacular performance. You know, he's old now. He's older now, 38. You know, and so I'm just looking forward to, you know, according to Bomac, he got 2 or 3 fights left. They hinted at 160. I'm just looking forward to Bud doing whatever he want to do in the position that he's in. And it's of my belief that whatever fight he has next is going to be competitive. It's not going to necessarily be a cherry pick. I sincerely believe that he'll fight. His next fight will probably be at 160 for a title to become 6th division champion. And then maybe if they can set him up for him to fight for undisputed at 160 and become 4 division undisputed, in which no man would do, as no man will replicate being 3 division undisputed across 5 divisions. And I'll lay my plane right there.
All right. Shout out Blaze P for P for coming up on the panel, giving his great insight and giving his 2 cents. Appreciate all the Bud buddies that joined me on the panel today. Thank you to everybody that joined me for the Andre Ward, Terence Crawford review. If you want to go back and watch the interview without any stops or me putting in my commentary, you can go to All the Smoke. I'm going to put the link below in the description, so you can just go click on it. Shout out to Andre Ward. Shout out to Terence Crawford. The video got like 450,000 views, so you know that's viral in the boxing world. So shout out to Terence Crawford. Join me again tomorrow from 5 to 7 p.m. for 2 cents wrap-up show on Sunday. We got some fights coming up tonight. Make sure y'all check those out. But listen, if you don't want your host, all of the videos, timing you out, kicking you off the panel, leaving you in the background, cussing you out, come on over to 2 Cents Boxing, where we talk everything boxing and everybody's entitled to their own opinion.